No, the usuals. There we go. Mm. Alright. What is up, you guys? It's your girl D-Ray back again with another broadcast. We're gonna get straight into this. I am not going to wait because I'm ready to start. So, better get in while you can. What is the meaning of this, Mr. White? People are like books. We've all got a front and a back. You get my drift? No. Is that all you have to say? I can also say that darkness loves to play with the Could you please knock it off with the cheesy proverbs and illogical metaphors already? The point is, too much of the testimony just doesn't make sense. Throwing away a useful staff, the people fighting being mother and daughter, and now she falsely acclaims the victim of stabbing. There certainly are some inconsistencies. Well, how about it? Well, it's just... If you ask me, you're just being too naive about the whole thing. What do you mean? There are 253 distinct types of bitterness in coffee, but to pick out each one requires total concentration. Are you really concentrating on what this witness actually said? The witness was quite unambiguous about her own ambiguity when she said that the garden was dark and she couldn't see clearly. A human needs one thing to see clearly, and that is light. By the way, did you know? Hazakura has a rule that on nights when an acolyte is at the end of temple training, the stone lantern in the garden must be kept lit. I did wonder what that stone lantern was there for. Well, if that's true, shouldn't the witness have been able to see the crime more clearly? Normally, yes, Your Honor. But according to the head nun, Sister Bikini, on the night of the crime, it was impossible to light that stone lantern. Because of the snow. It had been used in a long time and the wick was no good. In other words, it had to have been nearly pitch black in the garden that night. There couldn't have been a faint light coming from the training hall, but that's all. Most enlightening. But again, how do we know that means that she stabbed her? It could have been an accident. Yes, that's illuminating fact has chased all the contradictions away. If the staff was dropped, it'd be difficult to see it. It also explains why they didn't recognize each other. We can't see the demons that lurk in the night. That's why. Isn't that right, Trite? Order. Here, Your Honor. Let me present the stone lantern into the evidence. Maybe it will rekindle the flame of truth in your mind. Why is the judge just sitting there with that look on his face? What's wrong, Your Honor? Was that flame too hot? This lantern, there's something written on it. Wow, it's written in blood. Oh boy, so the judge didn't know about written in blood? It says Maya upside down. What the? Oh yes, that's right. After being cornered and stabbed by Mystic Maya, Mystic Elise didn't fall down right away. She must have been writing that on the stone lantern behind her. It's the blood that was draining out of her body. Wow. Okay. Certainly looks that way. Hang on. Hang on just a minute. What are you all talking about? What do you mean, what are y'all talking about? We're talking about the message written in blood. Nonsense. This lantern, it's as clean as a whistle. Could it be? You can't see the bloody written at all? Writing at all? Now that I think of it, he did say something to me yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. So that's what he meant by that. Mr. Godot? Okay then, let's move on. Godot is literally shaking, and somehow I don't think it's from caffeine overdose. I believe it has now been established that Ms. Donim was killed by Maya Fey. Now it's time to turn our attention to you. Yes, sir. After the victim died, you did something, didn't you? Let's hear it. We're all ears. After Mystic Elise died, I called out to Mystic Maya. I thought it was my duty to protect the future master of the Korean tradition, so I removed the body from the inner temple by myself. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge, and I used the snowmobile to carry it back to Hazakura Temple Inn. I used the Shinshito to alter the way the wound looked. So you moved the body. Yes, I was raised at Hazakura Temple. I owe a great deal of thanks to the Fey clan, but even so, I never imagined that Elise Donim was actually Misty Fey. I've committed a terrible sin. A terrible trick of fate. I believe you're looking for twist of fate, Your Honor. I intended to return to the inner temple after taking care of the body, but you were spotted by head nun, correct? Yes, and that's why I couldn't go back. Your story makes sense, I suppose. Mr. Wright, go ahead with your cross-examination. Sorry, give me a second. Why did you do that? Because I didn't want Mystic Maya to be suspected in any way. I thought the best thing would be to remove the body from the crime scene. Yes, I did. It would have been impossible if it wasn't for the snow. The snow, huh? It's pretty amazing you could make it all the way across. That's a rickety old bridge. It looks worse than it is. It's surprisingly sturdy despite its age. Like they say, idiots are too stupid to catch even. But there's one other thing that bothers me. Why not just throw the body into the Eagle River? It would have been much easier than dragging it all the way to Hazakura Temple. I thought that it would still cast too much suspicion on Mystic Maya. That's why I tried to take the body as far away as possible. Ha, makes perfect sense to me. For the time being. Anyway, what did you do after you crossed the bridge? The snowmobile? I knew that would show up sooner or later. Yes, I had the key. I used the snowmobile to travel from Hazard Temple to Dusky Bridge. If you really did move her body by the snowmobile, then there should be tracks left in the snow, right? Well, yes, naturally you would expect tracks. This picture was presented at yesterday's trial. Are these the tracks for that ride? Yes, I think they are. But I can only see one set of tracks here. I don't see what's so strange about that. Snow was still falling when I left Hazakura Temple. And then when the murder took place, it had already stopped. How about it, Mr. What are you doing? I'd like this just made added to the testimony. All will be made clear if you allow this statement to be added to the record. This should be fun. Let's get this snow business cleared up, shall we? Yes, sir. There have been a lot of contradictions in your testimony so far this time. Are you sure it's all true? I see how you think. Snow. Huh? What is going on here? If the snow really has stopped by the time of the murder, it means there's a bigger hole in our story than that movie, The Grid Revelations. Ha! Well then, Mr. Trike, perhaps you'd like to share your theory with us? Let's see what's up your sleeve, or rather, at the end of your index finger. To believe it, but I don't think my logic is failing me. Iris is trying to pin the murder on Maya. But why would she want to do that? There's only one reason I can think of. Whether what? What you mean? You claimed that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. Why right there? Why is that? Okay, what do you want me to do right now? Just wait. Wait till I get done. I'm sorry, you'll be okay. Be patient. I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50, but you couldn't have crossed the time. Why do you say that? Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. What did you say? The bridge? It was on fire? You don't mean to say you didn't know about it? It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down. But it can't be. It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed the bridge, body or no body. Witness, even my patience has its limit. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Objection!
The only person here that's truly contemptible is you. Old man. Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now. What? Is this really accurate? The important thing now is to find out the truth, isn't that right? Yes, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Donin was discovered in the Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini, witnessed Iris desecrating Elise Donin's body. He makes a good point on both accounts. That's right. I'm not lying. What are you claiming this time? I wasn't myself at all that night, so my memory is still somewhat hazy. You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time. Are you telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy? It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, Trite, maybe you could explain this for the court. What is it? When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple. Perhaps you have some kind of perfect explanation for this little magic trick? Well, not exactly, no. I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt out bridge. But unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. I didn't save yet. You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth. Alright then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more. About what, Your Honor? It that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony. Yes, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying that there's a way to cross a burning bridge? So it's just a misunderstanding, I see. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down on the lightning brush. It was taken on the morning after the incident. It certainly was burnt to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall. Clearly it would be impossible to carry a corpse across a bridge in this condition. Unless I just this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth, and Maya will be accused of murder. Trite, I'm only going to say this one more time. It is only human to err, and only humans can spot the errors of our ways. Alright, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination. Oh, gee. Other than walking up the bridge, there's no way to move the body. Yes, but if the snow had already stopped when the incident took place, the bridge, naturally. But I think it's just like Mr. Godot said, the body did make it across somehow. But you seemed to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow had already stopped. I'm terribly sorry. I was wrong. Does she really think an apology is going to get her off the hook? Or if the snow still falling or had stopped? Does it really matter that much? Yes. This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law. Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today? Huh? Well, naturally it was, this man don't even remember. You see, it's not that easy to remember, is it? But if it had been some kind of special day, I would have remembered. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation. No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, right? What? He treating this man. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see the proof. Show some evidence that the body snow crossed the bridge while it was on fire. Well, I don't see why there couldn't be a way across. Right. Don't you think that sounds a bit silly? A dead body crossing a burning bridge. Did anyone actually witness such a thing? Ha. There was. I don't think you'd call someone like that a witness. After all, a dream isn't the same as actually seeing something. I've come... Well, we do have... we have the photos, so we will see. Objection! A dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What? Ha. You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Who is it? Who is this witness? I can't chicken out here. I've got to keep on the attack and go, go, go. Mr. Lee Stoneham's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice, Lawrence Dillon. Brilliant? Highly gifted? Apprentice? Remember what he said in his testimony. That night he was at the mountain shack, Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. I think you've all seen the sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it? Mr. Are you seriously claiming that the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument? Uh-oh. The judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Ha. Well, Trite, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything? Yes. Pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it. Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down. If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with the sketch? Upside down? Why did Godot say that? Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. Yo. Alright. It all comes back to this. I admit that I didn't really understand it before, but I get it now. That's why I believe this really isn't. Something is obviously funny about this sketch. I'm no art critic, but even I can see it. I'm dead. No, that's not what I mean, Your Honor. Hey. Lawrence Stoneham stated it over and over that this sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. It contradicts reality? Ha. This is getting interesting. That finger pointing thing again. Okay, try it. So what exactly contradicts reality as we know it?
Take that!
This flying figure, naturally. After all, people haven't learned to fly yet, or did I miss something? It's alright. That answered just now. It was lethal. Oh, Your Honor, please give me one more chance. I'm gonna text by now. What do I really do in this case of her now? So there's no time. Okay, alright.
Take that!
It's this wire connected to the bridge. The wire? Ha. Is that the thing that contradicts reality? It is indeed. Then show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with. Show us something that will point out how the picture that you just showed me.
Take that!
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct? Yes. Now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. In the actual Dusky Bridge, jumping just so fast. The wires are below the guard wires. What? See that confused. Oh, y'all gotta. Cause we almost to the end of this. I'm ready for this to be over. Not gonna lie to y'all. Alright. This sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo, however. Isn't it likely that the artist just saw it wrong? Or perhaps he just drew it wrong? Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong. With someone like Maurice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question, why did he make a mistake? What was the reason? Are you saying you know the answer to that? Is that science? Listen, think back, alright? Remember what Maurice was doing when he witnessed this event. Bro, I'm getting real sick of these bugs. He was in Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally he lay down. But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. Now ponder what sort of position Maurice must have been in at the time. He was lying on his back, which was seen the way he did. He was lying on his back? I can't see how it relates, but it does, Your Honor. That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down. Ah, no way. Maurice Bowman witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down. Wow. I kind of called that though. So I'm not really that surprised. Because... What's up? Hmm? Ain't you watching Pokemon? Yeah, these gnats are annoying me too. So then this sketch should actually, I think you finally get it, Your Honor. Move! The correct way to view Laurie's sketch is like this. This is how it should actually look. Oh my god, somebody was falling off the bridge? His body wasn't flying above the bridge, it was actually swinging below. Swinging? Alright, go sit down. And watch Pokemon until I get done. That's right, just like a pendulum. Ridiculous. Why he said he's spinning? Stop spinning, bro. Of all the things to say, a pendulum? The The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side, and the pendulum was the only way to get it done. Let's minute, shall we? Dusty Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff. Yes, that sounds right. In order to cover that distance with a pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you'd have to turn ahead. Nope. Because the lightning strike that night can have only been an accident, so it doesn't make sense the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So then, they didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them. What? I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum?
Take that!
And the meaning of this is, if the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. Oh, this is one of the wires from the bridge. When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspensions from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste, so he tied the wire around Elise Donovan's body. How is that even remotely possible? How is that even remotely possible? Can somebody please explain how that's even remote? Ha. Is he okay? It seems that Mr. Gadot is more focused on his coffee than answering my question. It seems that the odds of a rope being readily available were very high, so I suppose that it's not an impossibility after all.
Objection!
Impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Trike, I wonder if you could prove what happened. Do you have any actual evidence that the body was swung over like a pendulum?
Take that!
That, right? Before I present my evidence, you know so far. Photo, one of the wires snapped. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple. So then, that was the spot where the criminal... Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would go over there, yeah. It would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point. Did you say drop? Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you... Bro. Maya, why you keep coming over here? Are you done watching TV? What's that gotta do with you touching toys? What? What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence to suggest her body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about to death. 10 feet, huh? That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body swung over due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. Then, as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. That's... Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal is the one that came off Miss Elise Donan's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found. Indeed, they marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found. Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot, the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of time. This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You have provided us with a way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive. This man threw cup on him? He disrespectful. I thought this cold coffee might help cool you down. What is the meaning of this, Mr. Gadot? That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trite. But you forgot about one thing. Oh, and what would that be? The aroma. Huh? The coffee's most reliable accomplice is profound aroma. This judge real loose with the rules, for real. He is. He is. The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffinese. Can you elaborate a bit more? If the criminal has sent the body to the other side, like you said, then naturally, there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge, so who collected the body? What do you have to say about that, right? Mr. Godot's correct. This can't be the work of a single person. Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do. Yes, Your Honor. Yep. Sorry. Where's she at?
Take that!
It can only be you, Sister Iris. Huh? Ah! But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Kenyon could never pick up a body like that. You were the only one that could have managed it.
Objection!
Trite. Are you even listening to the witness's testimony? On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie was on the cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter broke down. I haven't forgotten, but have you, Mr. Godot, also seen a Hazakura temple? It's desecrating the corpse of the victim. Strange indeed. It's almost as if on that night, the defendant was in two different places at the same time. Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using a sketch drawn by an eyewitness, I have established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge, which means it's now a fact that this occurred. Shouldn't you... something you should have already known. No, you did. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with. What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright? What? What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple? Are you serious? Trite? You mean this woman is... There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman is standing there at the witness stand. Her real name is... Dang, that's Dahlia, bro? That's crazy. She ain't never dyed her hair. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time. Dahlia Hawthorne. Hawthorne? Sister Iris had a twin sister, and you're looking at her. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne. That name rings some bells, distant bells, but bells nonetheless. Ha! It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data about Hawthorne. Oh yes, I remember now, that case 5 years ago. My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say, it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor is all mine. No, the honor is all mine. I'm dead. They some weirdos. But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead. It says her execution was carried out last month. So what? Death has no meaning in this court then. What? Order. Wait a moment. How can you, my sister? She's already dead. What kind of?
Objection!
Nah. You of all people should already understand, after all. The blood of the master of the Korean channeling technique flows within that body. Korean channeling technique? Now, where have I heard that? That's right, you're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium. Bro, yo, be quiet. Bro, is that Maya? Be Maya. That has to be Maya. Because if she's her sister couldn't be channeling her sister because her sister hair would have been red, right? Give me a moment, guys. I'm gonna be right. Okay, sorry guys. Y'all, that has to be Maya. Okay, so guys, that has to be Maya. The reason why I said that is when we talked to Pearls, we found out that Pearls was the person who had to channel her, correct? Right. So, for that to have happened, she had already told us that she couldn't do it because somebody else was already channeling her. So, think about it. And we got told that the instructions, that the letter was already open in her mother's room. So, now we know two things. We know that somebody already knew about Morgan Faye's plans, and we know that somebody else was channeling her, which rules out Pearl being part of the plan. The only other people who can channel a spirit would be Iris, which I don't think Iris can do it because she couldn't channel her because Iris didn't not part of the she didn't have those powers, I believe. So it would either be hey, so it'd be either be Morgan, not Morgan, I'm sorry. It can either be Maya Maya, Misty, or yeah, because those are only two people who can channel the spirit. So we already know, technically, because when we found out about the letter, we already figured out that Misty was the person who figured out Morgan's plans. So because she figured out her plans, she probably came here knowing that they were going to channel, knowing that they were going to channel the girl Dahlia. So because of that, she probably decided to. I don't know. It's like a lot of things that need to be explained, but I think that that's Maya that's channeling her, and they probably switched clothes. So Iris is already probably is probably the one that's inside of the box instead of Maya. But my only thing was like which would have happened. Like how could that switch? I don't know. We'll figure it out. What an exciting story. Exciting, but not for quite impossible. You're asking us to buy that Dahlia Hawthorne is... Gee, I'm so irritated by this. You're asking us to buy the Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled on the very night of the murder to a temple where her twin sister Iris was? Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes.
Objection!
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happened?
Objection!
Actually, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. It's all written right here in these instructions. Ah, well what's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were two irises at Hazakura Temple. Even the time of the channeling was planned out. As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time. That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris. And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris that Kimi saw at the temple, in the temple, was someone else dressed as her, namely, one Dahlia Hawthorne.
Objection!
Do you even know what you're saying, trying this whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business? Yes, it's true that you found plans that talked about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris. What? Calm down and know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister King, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike. That's right. Naturally, that would mean that the Iris that received the body was the real Iris. Are you with me so far? Yes. After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center. Yes, I suppose I can't deny any of that. Phew, thank goodness. Looks like he's finally convinced. But something still seems off, way off. I'm still not convinced that the Iris here is the same one from the other night. Ha! I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous? It really is, man. But that's the thing, though. What if... Because remember, I don't know if you watch the old streams, but just in general, when you go back to the one before, my last, the last game that I had, they had 5 locks on there, which was different from the first time they went, because when they first came, it was only 1 lock. So that means somebody put 4 more new locks. What if during that time, the real Iris unlocked it, came in, and switched with the fake Dahlia? With the fake Iris. That would make sense. Like the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia somehow switched places. Switched places. Yeah, that would have been the only time they would have been able to. To be perfectly honest, because remember, I know I'm saying remember, but I'm the only one that can really remember. But in the last stream, when the earthquake happened, Iris ran from Edgeworth had gotten scared of the earthquakes. So when when she ran away, everybody thought she was going to run from the police, but she ran straight into the inner temple. Now people thought she ran to the inner temple to be good and kind, so she could help Maya, right? Wasn't the intention. What if the intention was for her to switch out because that was part of the plan? Saya, come on now. That's too much you're doing. So, but that's a possibility. Things are still quite a few. There are still quite a few things I don't understand. But I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia. That's what I'm saying. Which means they must have switched places somewhere. Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakura Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne? Yes. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance. Oh, explain yourself. Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown. Unknown? What do you mean? What I mean is, there was a span of Iris was able to move about freely, unsupervised. Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move freely about like that? Edgeworth. I feel bad for blaming him, though. Take that! Close to that loud sip he took. This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it? Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not? An earthquake? An earthquake? Oh my goodness. The inner temple. This kind of tremor might... Yep. I was right! Y'all, I'm too dope. How could I have... She fled. She escaped. Y'all, I'm dope. I'm dope. We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia That's Mr. Wright. Now see here, no judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling and be quiet. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. That voice. Guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, you always ask for her name. That's one of my rules. Dr. Hot, in my current profession, permanently retired. Ha. So you're not going to bother hiding your identity anymore, huh? Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me. What's going on? The judge is the only one still confused. Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again. I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time, I'll end it. For her and for myself. Man, that's crazy. Alright, y'all, let's end this off. We about to end it. Let's go. Y'all ready? This is the last stand. Now then, let's continue where we left off, shall we? Well, witness? Yes? How can I help you, Mr. Judge? Well, it seems as if we're to learn the truth. We'll need to hear your testimony. I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown. Yeah, I'm having heartburn. It's starting to like... In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us the plan that was carried out that night. Give me a sec, you guys. Sorry, guys. That was really long quiet. The whole plan began with my death. The stupid plan hatched by Morgan Faith and saw her own daughter as the next master. But for it to work, Maya Faye would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and have the blame pinned on Iris. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. What do you mean? So that means you really are. Wait a minute. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Faye? Yes. You have a problem with that? You don't give us that nonsense. There's no way that. Watch yourself, trite. Boy, who is you? If you've got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. That's one of my rules. Okay, can we get to it then? Y'all talking. You were executed last month, correct? Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant. How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Faye? Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. Since I was on death row and she was my mother, it was actually pretty easy to meet with her. I see. So that's when you discussed the plan? Ha! Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well. This lady is crazy. She out here trying to kill all her own daughters and nieces, bro. She tripping. Even though I'm her own daughter. All to make Pearl Faye the master of terrain. She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister Missy took her place as a master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan. A plan, huh? You're talking about Pearl Faye, is that correct? Yes, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us. You and your twin sister Iris? That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her, along with our father. Abandoned? The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance. I said nuance. Nuisance. So I come to leave her at an old temple. You mean Iris? Yes, my father remarried and who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general. This family is starting to become more and more and more and more, like, really, really messed up. Like, I just... Yeah, my eye is twitching again. How's my hair? Gripping suspense. Yeah. How horrible. really horrible one was that woman, that bitter, vengeful woman. Oh my god, 4 people, where y'all coming from? But what's up, y'all? Hope you guys are enjoying. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Faye. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power, unfortunately for her. Morgan Faye repeats all of her broken hopes and dreams. Yo, I'm getting sleepy. And dreams onto that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family. At least she had, like, you know, some kind of empathy for Pearl, at least. Maya would have to die, but why? For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of. Objection! The Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya. How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of the master. That's all. But that's ridiculous. Yep. She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter. And naturally, the life of Maya Faye as well. How could anyone do that? It's very easy. You got the... I'm not even gonna get into it, but if you got the evilness inside of you, it's gonna make you do it. You were going to kill Maya? Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was to follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. See, that's what I'm saying. So she confirmed that, that's what I'm saying. So she's confirming that Pearl isn't the one who's channeling her right now. And then when you think about it, it's not Iris because Iris doesn't have the spiritual power to do it. So that leaves one person, Maya. That's Maya. That's channeled by her. And because Dahlia is such an evil spirit, she probably is taking over her body, and Maya doesn't know. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you can do to me. So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger twin, on Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple. She and I look absolutely identical. No one can tell us apart. If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it. And the witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini. I never would have returned to Hazakura Temple that night, but she wound up seeing Iris' crime anyway. But why did you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she? Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her. Backstabber? You just don't understand. You never will. Anyway. Okay. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. You think the plan was a success? You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped. Maya Faye is dead. Now the title of the master will pass on to Faye. That's absurd. She's just trapped inside the sacred cavern. Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you, my darling Feeny? Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you. Your sniveling naivety and your pathetic faith in other people. But you're dead. So is it really him, though? You're dead. I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Faye's plan? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of. So then why did you do it? If that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya? You may not understand it, being the kind and gentle soul that you are. You may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that. So then tell me, can we get to this, please? Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself, for my own personal satisfaction. But you're dead. I'm sorry. This is taking way longer than it needs to. So this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead.
Hold it!
Obviously, it's because you were helping Morgan Faye. Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. I thought that was obvious. She wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was just using Morgan in her plan so she could accomplish her own goal. All I wanted to do was kill Maya Faye. That was the only way I could think of to get revenge. Revenge? It looks like I have no choice but to present that piece of... I can't believe it. She meant to kill Maya. Got to keep a cool head. And I need to get more information out of her. That's the only way to understand this plan and what she was after as well. Sorry. I'll be checking like emails and stuff. Oh, gotcha.
Objection!
His sister. Could it be that you're something to do with Maya Faye herself? As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore, because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge against them either. You wanted to take revenge on someone? I was sentenced to die because of that woman, Mia Faye. No, you gotta let that go. I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. Humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up. Since Mia Faye already died. Yeah. Even when the body dies, it lives on forever. I wanted to take away the person that Mia Faye loved most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one and only way I could take my revenge against Mia Faye. Sorry, you funny. That was the reason I helped out with that one of his plans. Your role was no different than that of Marcus. Can we get the point? What a cruel plan. Cruel. Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you, there's not a thing you can do to me. That night, at about 9:30, I materialized into this world. And put on a demon warding hood. Then I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazakura Temple. So it was at least Donim who challenged her after all. That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. She left Maya Faye at the inner temple and wobbled back, clutching her poor old back. What did you do then? That kid was easier to handle than I had hoped. caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storewoman. Cut it out. So then you're saying you stabbed Maya? Girl. You did not... No. I don't believe that, first off. I don't really think that happened, G. Because, one, Miss Elise Donham is dead. So... clear memory. I don't know. I think I was stabbed. You were stabbed? At the last minute, my Faye must have stabbed me. I'm sure of it. That's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a french fry with a plastic fork. Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness, but before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I had hoped it would cast suspension on her. I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end. That's where my memory temporarily stops. It stops? I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own two hands. My very last memory was Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern surrounded by darkness. You were in the sacred cavern? The entrance was sealed with one of those trick... Somehow I had been trapped in here. But how did you wind up in there? I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not my fate was dead, and I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I'd killed her myself. For a ghost, you're one tough cookie. I wanted to get out of there and make sure she was dead, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out. The trick lock stopped you, huh? I didn't know how to remove it. So then you're saying you were actually confined against your will inside this sacred cavern? Yes, I wanted to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible, but it wasn't easy. It kept getting interrupted while I was working on it. Interrupted? It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall. What? Who? Could it have been Maya? I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see. Why not? If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge, so I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the sacred cavern. That morning, only 2 people could have gone into the training hall. This is starting to make less sense to me now. Still to remove the lock. I was too late. That the bridge had been fixed and the police had started their investigation, correct? Naturally, I couldn't go out. So instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. But just then, Lady Luck showed up. Lady Luck. After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself. The real Iris? She said she'd come to make sure that your cavern was alright. Stupid girl. I came out from the big cavern and got a feel for the situation. And I locked her away in my place. Just pure. Yeah, she is very evil. She was doing a lot just to get revenge, and I mean, am I doing all that, but you still finna be dead, so it don't really matter. Like, you did all that for no reason. I had finally learned exactly what happened. It was then that I learned that the plan actually succeeded. What do you mean your plan had succeeded? I had misunderstood one thing, you see. That night, the one that had summoned me, I had assumed that it was Pearl Faye. Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in instructions, yes. But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was Misty Faye, the picture book author. What? Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? After I lost consciousness in the garden. It was her body that was left lying there. Maya Faye. I wasn't able to kill her with my own two hands after myself. I made her to commit the most vile sin a human can commit, and that is suicide, the sin of killing her own. She doing too much. It's true that I was the one who attacked Maya Faye, but even so, actually snuffed out Misty Faye's life was none other than your darling little Maya. Ridiculous. That's nonsense. Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts. What? What is the so-called evidence? The fact that Maya Faye has disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it? Huh? The idea that she's still in the same cabin is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the inner temple that much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place she could be. Well, where? Do I have to spell it out? The bottom of the Eagle River. Where else? The Eagle River? Maya Faye killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River. Incorrect, sweetheart. Incorrect. I can already tell why this is wrong. Look at this showing the rock right there. So, what do you have to say now, Feeny? Ooh. Oops. Sorry. That's my phone. Good night. Answer your phone, bro. Wow. Okay. Good dot here. Okay. Thanks. Nothing important. They just finished removing the logs from the sacred cavern. That's great. What about Maya? There was a woman in the cave. Was it Maya Faye? It was the accused, Sister Iris. Huh? Don't look so surprised. I locked her in there yesterday. I just finished telling you that. So, what about Maya? Where is she? There was no one else found inside the sacred cavern. No, it can't be. Y'all not thinking about this correctly. They being stupid right now. I'm sorry, y'all being real stupid. Guys, y'all gotta... How is she even able to be channeled? Think about it. She wouldn't be that way. There's no way she would be that way. She would have to have been channeled by somebody who can do it. Pearl can't do it anymore because somebody else was already channeling her. If she's still like this, that means it's not Pearl. Who's the only other person? Maya. Maya's not dead. She's right there. Like, come on. Y'all making this difficult. I told you, didn't I? She's dead. No. No. Phoenix, you kind of stupid, bro. Not gonna lie to you. It seems that this case has come to an end. A tragic end. Sadly appears the killer released on him, also known as Misty Faye. It was her own daughter, Maya Faye. Overcome with guilt for what she had done, Maya Faye jumps to her death into the raging waters of the Eagle River. It can't be. Ha! Thank you, Godot. At least you smart. Trike, have you ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. I'm just irritated that Wright is not getting this. How would she even be channeled right now? If Iris has been found, Pearl isn't the one who can channel her right now, or she would be Pearl's clothes. That's not Pearl's clothes. Elise is dead, and again, Maya is not found. She's nowhere to be found. She could not have dropped herself into the Eagle River because the bridge was burned down, and we already established that there's rocks by the inner temple. So if she dropped down, you would have saw her body splattered like a bug. Like, I'm sorry, he being stupid right now. No matter how improbable it seems. What is that supposed to mean, prosecutor Dot? Maya Faye threw herself into the Eagle River. Okay. However, is that really the truth? The woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder was taking place in the garden, which means if Maya had thrown herself into the river, it must have been from the inner temple side near the bridge. That's right, that's where she jumped from. But that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there. What? Why are you surprised? Oh my gosh, Wright is so slow. He be blowing me. I should have just been Godot. I'm sorry, I should have just been Godot. Don't get your panties all twisted up, Trite. Just relax and think through the whole thing again. You have a map, bro. You have a map. You have a map, bro. Where's the map? Where's the map? Where's the map? I'm sorry, because he blowing me. Look at the map. Look at the map, bro. All you gotta do is look at the map. Look at the map. All throughout the temple is rock. You can't get to the other side where there isn't no rock because it's trees and higher ground. So she wouldn't be able to get up there. So the only way she would jump down to is onto rocks. Why are you not looking at the map? Look at the map. Oh my god, this is not that hard, y'all. This is not that... I'm sorry, this is not that hard. How are y'all getting y'all badges, G? How are y'all getting y'all badges? If y'all getting y'all badges this young, it means that y'all don't have to do that much to get them. And if y'all ain't gotta do that much to get them, then at this point, I'm just going to assume that y'all in a stupid country. He believes she's actually dead, so he's not in the right headspace. But he wasn't in the right headspace even when he believed she was alive. Because think about it again, like I said, it doesn't make sense to believe something if you have the evidence in front of you. You are a not prosecutor. You are an attorney. Your whole purpose is to believe that first of all, that your client is correct and innocent. The next thing is to always look at all of the evidence before you believe anything. Look at the stuff in front of you. You just said that the bridge was burning. So if the bridge was burning, that means there's no way that she could have crossed behind it. You're using logic with the pendulum, but you're not using logic for when she jumped off into the water, bro. I don't have the mental capacity for stupidity. I don't. I really don't have the mental capacity for this. This is too much for me. Like, cause I just think you're being dumb for no reason right now, bro. Like, I'm sorry. You're being dumb for no reason. Like, you're not even thinking. You thought this whole time that she could have possibly been dead. Like, you just said that they got switched. If you believe that you knew she would be switched, again, think about who can channel. Alright, let's just keep moving on. Mario couldn't have thrown herself into the Eagle River. Well, Mr. Wright, Miss Hawthorne claims Miss Faye threw herself into the river from the inner temple side. Do you have any evidence that refutes this claim?
Take that!
Who would jump into the Eagle River from the inner that better than this witness? 11 years ago, you jumped into the very same river. Why did you need Godot to tell you that, Phoenix? Just take a look at this overhead map. That's what you should have done. As you can see, below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock shelf. Oh, you're right. Yeah, we know, y'all. Like, look at the map. I don't think it's about the help. I think it's about the competence at this point. Phoenix needed help on occasions where there was literally no way he could understand because there wasn't any evidence to show the opposite. But when you're talking about something like this, where the answer was right in front of you, you don't believe she's dead. You have to do deduction. Even for me, like I believed this whole time that that was Maya because I did deduction. If again, like I said, in this case, there's one, two, who could have channeled Dahlia. We all know Iris couldn't do it. Secondly, we know Elise couldn't do it because Elise is dead. So she can't be in front of her right now. Elise is dead. That's not the person who channeled Dahlia. Even if they're talking about who killed her, it doesn't matter. Right now, we know that Maya could not be the one who is dead right now. Like that's just not possible. Elise Donham is dead. We know that Maya cannot be dead for the simple fact that Dahlia Hawthorne is standing in front of us. She is a spirit. You have to have channeled her. That's the only possible way. We know it's not Pearls. We know it's not Pearls because when we saw Pearls yesterday, she had on her regular clothes. So there's no way that that's Pearls because again, she would have on Pearls clothes, which she does not, which leaves Maya. Iris can't do it. She has no spiritual powers. It leaves Maya. We know that Dahlia's in front of us. Maya's gone, and Pearls is somewhere else, and Elise is dead. And Iris has just been found in the cavern. Y'all have to use deduction. He has not used deduction whatsoever. You're just gonna believe Maya is dead. So who channeled this woman? You gonna tell me a whole different person channeled her? Morgan Fay is in jail. He just had to use deductioning, that's all. But he wasn't trying to do that because he's just... Sometimes I feel like they put Phoenix in a position he doesn't need to be in. Not at this point. I disagree. Because at this point, again, he was already told that Iris doesn't have those powers. Again, if we're talking about everybody who was there, Iris, Sister Bikini, Pearls, Maya, Elise Donham were all the 5 people that was from the Quran. We all know that. Those are all the 5 people that's there. Iris, Pearls, Maya, Sister Bikini, and Elise Donham. He has been confused. No, I will say this. He has been confused about a lot of stuff concerning that beforehand. But when he had all this information now in front of him, again, it's all about deduction now at this point. He has to calm down. Like he be getting hyped for no reason. Like I said, all he had to do from this point was to just stop and think about it. There is a body that's in front of a spirit. And remember what Pearl said. Pearl's already said, well, I couldn't channel her because somebody else was already channeling her. Again, what we know is that when you channel somebody, their physique changes to that person, but their clothes don't. The clothes stay the same because it's not like a real person is taking their clothes. It's just a spirit. So they're not going to change clothes. They're going to have the same clothes that the person channeled them in. So we know that, right? And what we're looking at right now is Iris's clothes. That's easy. All we can know is when they switched, when she threw Iris in there, she could have switched clothes with her. Maya doesn't have the same clothes. She could. I'm saying at least don't. Pearls and that. ADW. So again, like I said, like there's too many inconsistencies for why Phoenix could not figure this out. Especially when you're talking about Godot. Godot in this case figured this out real quickly, and he wasn't even bringing up the spirit channeling point. In other words, if she had jumped, we should be able to see her body in this photo. I'm hot. So you finally figured it out. Do you see what I'm saying? I finally figured it out. No, don't do that, baby. That's okay. He's a vet, though. I mean, again, nobody would know more about the channeling thing than Godot and Phoenix. It'd be different if this was Edgeworth, which he even said that. Like I don't know how much I care or know about the spirit channeling thing. At this point, Phoenix has already experienced it fully. At this point, this is like the last episode. He had already experienced it fully because he saw Mia on different occasions. He just saw Pearls do it, so he knows that they can do it. And then even if you're talking about Iris already said on plenty different occasions that she can't do it because she doesn't have those powers. And then Dahlia just said it. Dahlia said me and her don't have those powers. So you were already confirmed on many different occasions that there were only 3 people that you know for a fact that could channel. That's Maya, Pearls, and Elise. Again, all this is about deduction. He knows how to deduct. It's not stupid. He's an attorney. He knows how to deduct into reasoning. Like, he could be a vet, a doc could be a vet, but it's just like, this shouldn't have taken him this long to figure this out. It really shouldn't have. I'm sorry, I get that it probably took him a minute, but it shouldn't have taken him this long to figure this out. Like, it shouldn't have. You're just playing with me. Maya Faye's body is at the bottom of the Eagle River. There's no possibly be hiding. Have you ever heard this one before? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Yes, just a few minutes ago. I'm dead. Maya Faye wasn't inside the sacred cavern. We now know that she didn't throw herself into the Eagle River. Correct. That eliminates all the most likely possibilities. Now, although it seems improbable, there's still one other place she could be. What? What is this one possibility? That's obviously bluff. So where's her dead body then? She's not dead. Finally, I think the pieces are falling into place. You going through it, my guy. Don't have no way to punish the dead. But I think there's a way to give Dahlia Hawthorne the ultimate punishment. Shall I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Shall I tell you what Vampire is this very instant? There's only one possibility left. Namely, she's right here in this very courtroom. What? Maya Faye is here? You say she's here in my courtroom? Y'all, wow, y'all are really, really out here, huh? Just confused, right? Y'all confused. Dahlia Hawthorne, I seem to recall that you said I had misunderstood one thing, you see. So what? But I think there's one more thing you misunderstood. What do you mean? Tell me something. At this very moment, who is channeling Dahlia? Gee, that's what someone's like, y'all, they being stupid in this game at this point. Like, y'all, come on. If y'all know she's not dead, where else could she be? She wasn't in the Yo, I can't. Well, why that's obvious. It's Pearl Faye, that pathetic little sniveling runt. No. Not at all. You're wrong. Pearl tried, but she couldn't do it. Plus, she would be exposed again. I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. Isn't there any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? Yes, if someone else was already channeling the same. Someone called me before Pearl did, but who? Wait, does that mean... Yo, y'all, listen. Gee, I'm stupid. So, remember how I said that Elise Donem was the one who most likely found out about Morgan Faye's plans? Y'all, what if Misty, I'm sorry, I keep calling her Elise. What if Misty Faye knew she was going to die? Or found out Maya was going to get killed and instead decided to kill herself instead? Because again, mind you, if this is Maya, which I know it is, remember how she said that Maya killed her mother. But what if Misty Faye knew that already and had Maya kill her instead of have her kill Maya? That's crazy. That means she sacrificed herself for her daughters. That would be the only thing that makes sense. Cause think about it. If she said, "Oh, Maya stabbed her mother," and because she was in guilt, but what if Maya already knew? What if Maya already knew what the plan was because Misty Faye told her at some point? Remember how recall how that whole fight, that whole stabbing situation that happened in the little garden? Nobody knows what happened at that point because it was dark. So nobody really knows what happened. What if Wow, what if Misty Faye told Maya to channel her? Y'all, this is crazy. I know this is it, but it's almost over too. You came in at the wrong time, DW. It's almost over now. It's 4:20. Someone called me before Pearl did, but who? Tried again on a date, but she couldn't do it. What could that mean? I think the truth is becoming clearer to you right by now. Am I correct? Ah, yes. It wasn't Pearls that channeled you. There was someone who called you before she could.
Take that!
Cut it out now. Maya, go. This is an easy one. Pearls couldn't do it, and Misty Faye is gone. There's only one possibility left. Come on already. I can't stand attention. The judge feeling like how we feel. Bro, come on. We want to know. Oh my gosh. Dahlia Hawthorne. The person channeling you right now must be Maya Faye. Cause Maya Faye the GOAT, G. Come on. What? Yes. Yes. Maya's the GOAT. But how could that be? Remember what Dahlia Hawthorne said about her goal. She said that her goal was to kill Maya Faye. Yes, that's right. But if Maya channeled the spirit of someone that was trying to kill her, well, Gramps, what would happen? Your goal wouldn't be... Bro, Maya is the goal, G. She like, oh, so you think you finna kill me? Nah, fam. Not gonna happen. No. Ah. Looks like you finally understand, Your Honor. Well, I don't. Misty Faye channeled you. Cause she said she remember. So that means Misty Faye channeled Maya. Either that or, cause she said she remembers stabbing Maya. So what I think is that Misty channeled her, thought she stabbed Maya, but didn't. Because remember she said she doesn't remember actually killing Maya. Got out of that real quick, because mind you, Misty Faye she's the master, so she knows how to do it. So she got out of that real quick and told Maya, hey, get into this body real quick. Maya challenged her, killed the mom, because that's why she don't remember, and had them switch. Geez, this is too much. Well, I don't. What are you going on about? What I'm going on about is the reason Maya challenged you. And there's only one reason. To protect herself from you. Bro! Maya the goal! Maya the goal. Bro, what you thought this was? Nah! That's why you don't remember killing her. Stop it. Stop it. You wasn't gonna do it. Protect herself from me? Yes, sweetheart. Because Misty Faye probably already told her daughter about her plan, your mother's plan. Bro, Misty Faye is so cold. Matter of fact, the whole Faye family is so cold. Misty, Mia, and Maya is GOAT, G. Because Maya is still to this day on her, bro. I can't, bro. This game is so clutch. Yes. On the night of the crime, you were only interested in one thing, killing Maya Faye. Yo, what's up? The path back to Hazakura was closed off and there was nowhere for her to run. So then the problem became, where would be the safest place to hide? Yes. Bro, I'm sorry. Maya the goat, jeez. Maya the goat. I'm sorry. You mean that's what she channeled me? All this time you thought you had been channeled by Pearls. That's why it never occurred to you that Maya's hiding place was you. This game is too much for me. Don't say that. You're saying that I, Dahlia Hawthorne, failed? Yes, you did. You failed. Doo-doo butter, you suck. Yes, over with. Was played for a fool by that little whelp? Yes, sweetheart. You thought you played somebody, but guess what? Congratulations, you played yourself. Congratulations. Dramatic game. It is. It is a dramatic game. Maya Fey killed herself. Isn't it obvious? Girl, stop it. Cut it out. Sorry, but no. It would have been impossible for her to jump into the Eagle River. This was the only avenue of escape open to Maya. The only way that Maya could disappear from the inner temple. I don't believe you. You don't have to. A stupid little girl like that who has never been out in the real world, she could never have come up with a plan like that. That's why she did it. Who could have ever given her such a brilliant idea? Misty Faye. Well, me, of course. Bro, be a clutch. Be a clutch. Bro, this whole time I thought it was Misty. Gee, it was Mia. Bro. Mia is so clutch. Oh, yeah, y'all know. She about to throw hands. Let's go. Mia Faye. It's been a long time, Doc. Bro, she throwing hands even in her death, bro. This is crazy. See, look at Pearls' outfit. That's how I knew it wasn't her. Ooh, look at the dot. So it's true. It was you. Yes. Ha. You're something else. But what? What are you doing here? That hair. It's Pearls, right? Tell me something, Dahlia. I want you to think back to that night one more time. You had just cornered Maya in the garden, and then, in the final moments of the fight, you lost consciousness. I was stabbed by Maya Fey. Actually, Maya lost consciousness at the same time. She did? Not terribly surprising since she was about to be killed. Yeah, I feel that. When she woke up, she was in the training hall. That's when Maya decided she needed help. Me. She explained in a memo the situation she was in. She asked me what I thought she should do. Bro, she did that? I can't believe it. Of course, I didn't have all the details, but one thing was perfectly clear, and that was, I knew that you couldn't be allowed to wander free. Free? It was a race against time, so I wrote down two things that Maya had to do. Channel Dahlia Hawthorne as soon as possible, and lock herself in the sacred cavern until help arrived. So it was Maya who put that lock on there. How do you... But how? How do you put a lock on yourself? Nah, fam, that logic. How'd she put the lock on herself? Yes, but why did you order her to do those two things? If she hadn't done it, Dahlia Hawthorne would have been channeled by someone else. Oh, that's true, it does have bars. By one Pearl Faye. Pearls? Yes, Pearls didn't properly understand the plan, so all she was trying to do was follow her mother Morgan Faye's instructions. If she had succeeded in channeling Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit, things would have turned out very badly, to put it mildly. So that's how it was. Dahlia Hawthorne would have used the body of Pearl Faye to kill Maya at all costs. Yeah, I'm having heartburn. Yes, it certainly sounds like that was the intent all along. Okay. Sit down, I'm almost finished. How dare you? I won't forget this. Girl, you don't need to forget it. Like, you're dead. Why not just admit it, Dahlia Hawthorne? Your little plan was nothing but a big failure. Yes, another failure to add to the pile of shame, wouldn't you say? What do you mean by another? Think about it, Dahlia. Remember all your past crimes? Not a single one of them was a success. They all ended in failure. What? How dare you? 11 years ago. The fake kidnapping, your very first crime. You got your hands on a $2 million diamond, but... Fire! After Terry Falls escaped and went to meet with Valerie Hawthorne, the truth was exposed. So shut your mouth, that wasn't my fault. Hold on. Wait. I just gotta check this one. Saya! Shh. Why you gotta do it here? She's 25. I'm sorry. How old is right? Because there's some things we need to. It was because of that stupid oath of a prisoner and that weakling of a policewoman. And then, 1 year later, you tried to kill me. Well, I'm still alive, but... you wound up killing someone else. Wow, bro, you need to go thank God for that, cause that was destiny for you not to die. As a result, you were sentenced to death. It's one stupid move after another for you, but it's no longer funny. You, wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off your face. Wipe it off your face now. I'm mad that I didn't win. Oh my god. And now this. You've messed up again. You let Maya Fey escape, even though she was right there in front of you. Oh, she about to blow a fuse. Mia Fey! She going through it. You spinster. I was supposed to kill Maya Fey like I swore I would. And if only you had gotten this spiky-haired jerk the guilty verdict, I wouldn't have been hanged to death. True. But I think you finally understand, Dahlia Hawthorne. You will never defeat me. Ooh, come on, Mia. Come through with the facts. What? What did you say? Whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me. As long as I'm around, you're destined to lose for all of eternity. Grrr. I remember what you said earlier in the trial. You said there was no way we could punish you, because you were already dead. What about it? Then you said, even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. That's very true, Dahlia. And that's exactly the punishment you'll never be able to escape from. Dang. For all of eternity, you will have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne, a miserable, pathetic, weak creature who could never win at anything. Spit! Yes, girl. And for you, there's no escape from that. No hope of freedom. Since the day you were executed, the narrow bridge that once stretched out in front of you has burnt to a crisp. Ooh. Y'all, she about to explode. Hey. You're wrong. It can't be. Girl, come on. How could I lose to the likes of you? 'Cause you're second fiddle, sweetheart. It no longer matters. I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. The only thing I want is to come out of Maya's body right now. Whoa, this is some trippy stuff. I'm not ready to go. Whoa. My girl Maya back. Hey, my girl Maya back. Hey, Maya, hey. What up, girl? Damn. I mean, oh my god. Somebody pick her up. Somebody pick her off the floor. Oh my god. What am I watching? Listen, I don't even know what to tell you, cause, for real, I don't know what's going on either. Now then. I assume you are the real Iris? Yes, I was just rescued from the sacred cavern. I must say, you and your twin sister are indeed identical from what I can see. In any case, it appears that everything has finally been cleared up. Mr. Gadot, what happened to Dahlia Hawthorne? If you ask me, Your Honor, it looks like she went back to the hell she came from. Seems that Misty Faye wasn't the only victim of this crime. Maya Faye, as well as the young Pearl Faye, were also victims of this wicked and selfish person. Yes, Your Honor. The tragedy of Medium Valley has finally come to an end, it seems. It would be best for everyone if no further attempt was made to channel that spirit again. Your Honor? Yes, what is it? About this whole spirit medium thing. It's almost weird how comfortable you seem to be with the concept now. Well, to be frank, my younger brother is quite judgmental. He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. That's why I made a concerted effort to study up on the Karain channeling technique. Wow, he's petty. I've seen quite a few things in my many years on the bench, and in all that time I finally learned this one thing. Each case is different and takes place in its own world, if you will. In order to fully understand that world, to immerse ourselves in it completely. And that's where my brother and I used to differ. Never thought of it that way. At any rate, it's time to pass judgment in the case of Iris of Hazakura Temple.
Objection!
This man. You're a little too fast with that gavel, Your Honor. What do you mean by that, Mr. Gadot? This trial, it isn't over yet. That's what... What? Trite. You remember what Miss Evil Spirit said in her testimony? Huh? Dahlia's testimony? I caught up with her in front of the stone manor. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom man. Right, so that's what I was about to say, like, so who killed Elise? It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. I think I was stabbed. Just as Dahlia Hawthorne was about to attack Maya, she was stabbed and killed by someone. Right, the person that was ultimately killed was the spirit medium that channeled Dahlia. Elise Donim. No, Misty Faye. But who killed her? We still don't know who did it. This is... He acting weird. Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. You can't let her walk until there is evidence that proves her innocence. But no way. But this court isn't prepared for any further testimony. The prosecution is ready to call a final witness. The final witness? This one will clear up the whole mystery. The mystery of who killed Misty Faye. Indeed. Is it really alright, Mr. Of course it's alright, Madam Attorney. Very well then. Who is this final witness? Ha! Isn't it obvious? There's one person who saw the whole event who will put the final dagger in his case. Someone who saw the murder take place, the very person who saw her mother in front of her own eyes. You mean Maya? You can't. She can't testify to what she's just been through. Because so pretty much, because I'm pretty sure this is Armando, but in the case of when Phoenix was on trial, Dahlia Hawthorne had poisoned Armando, which everybody thought had killed him. Now, Godot says that he's been in a coma. His whole body was messed up because of the poison. And so they was able to revive him, but he couldn't see. So they had to put that thing on his face so that he could see most things. Well, as we know, he can't see red because he didn't know that the blood was on the lantern. So yeah, he needs that to see, basically. We need to find the truth. The prosecution calls my face. Saya, where's your water? Where's your water? Where's your water then? Very well, but first we'll take a brief recess. We'll have to wait for Miss Faye to recover before summoning her. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we will proceed with the trial. Hey, try it. I've got something to say to you, so listen up. It's hot. I'm hot. What is it? I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. No problem. You somehow managed to just squeak by without even a faint understanding of the case. Yeah, that's how I feel. Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing in at the last minute to save you. You've got some nerve. What's going to happen this time? No way! Hi, Marcy. No, I did not know. You sneaky. You knew I didn't know. I'm mad at you now. Hi, Marcy. But that's not going to happen this time. This time, you're going to have to do this by yourself. That's enough. This court is now in recess. Saya, turn that thing on. It's hot. This is too hot. It's too hot. It's too hot. Come on. Turn it on. It's too hot in here. I don't know. I'm truly sorry about everything. You were working so hard to defend me, but I was missing all day and we didn't even have a chance to talk. She's right. He got some nerve considering that's what happened to Godot. That's why Wright said that. No, I'm just saying, like, but that's the truth about Wright, though. Like, a lot of the times he needs a woman to dash in at the end. Whether it's Maya, Mia, Pearl, Franziska von Karma. That man do get a lot of his help from women. But at the same time, Godot can't really say much. But again, at the same time, Godot was the one who figured it out before Phoenix Wright about the whole Maya not being dead. He just didn't know she was in the courtroom. Iris, at the training hall yesterday, they had already switched places, and Iris was inside the sacred cavern. I wanted to at least be in the defendant's box today to root you on. Well, it wasn't your fault. You were locked up this whole time. There's something more important than that, though. I have to ask you, why did you help your sister out as much as you did? Huh? You had tried to get help at the sacred cavern yesterday. You wouldn't have spent an entire day locked up in there. My sister, I felt sorry for her. She was abandoned by our mother and never got any love from our father either. Yes, but it was the same for you too, wasn't it? Yes, but at least I had Sister Bikini, who was like a mother to me. If only Dahlia had come with me to Azakura Temple. I always loved her. Dahlia was always so smart, so strong. She never complained about a thing. That's why I promised her that I would help her. Are you talking about the fake kidnapping case 11 years ago? Yes, I wanted to be useful to her in some way. But as usual, I was too cowardly. At the last minute, I ran away. Because of that, Dahlia's stepsister, Valerie, ended up that was wounded Mia so badly. That's sad, but things didn't end there, of course. Some people suspected that my sister was involved in the murder. Some people. You must mean, yes, 2 defense attorneys, Mia Fey and Diego Armando, which is Godot. Because, I mean, look at him. That's Mr. Godot. After poisoning Mr. Armando, who was getting too close to learning the truth, Dahlia even tried to kill the person who had unknowingly hid the poison for her. You. That's right. Iris, there's one more thing that I have to ask you. Yes, what is it? On the night of the murder, the person that cleaned up the corpse of the victim, Elise Donham, was it really you? Yes, it was me. That night, after I rang the lights out bell, I went back to my room. At around 10:30, I received a call on my cell phone. There's a problem. Come to the Inner Temple right away. I got on the snowmobile and headed for the Inner Temple, but the path to the Inner Temple was cut off, right? Exactly. You can't just leave the body here. So you've got to do this exactly as I say, got it? The murder weapon had been left in her body so she wouldn't bleed too much. The staff that Miss Police always held. I knew it. So the actual murder weapon was the staff. Yes, that's right. I brought the body back to Hazakura Temple on a snowmobile. But why? Why did you alter the body? I didn't want anyone to know that the staff was the murder weapon. I didn't want to leave anything that would lead back to Misty Faye. So I dropped the robe and stabbed her with the shinshiko. I wiped the blood off the staff's blade and left it next to her on the ground. Iris, just tell me one last thing. Tell me the name of the person that called your cell phone the real killer. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I can't do it. I can't say who did it. I see. Defendant. The judge is calling you. He wants to see you in his chambers. Y'all definitely just tried to trip me up. He has some questions about Dahlia Hawthorne. Alright. Well then, I'll see you later. There's something I want to tell you. Oh, okay. So it's true. Iris cooperated with the real killer. Maybe even from the very beginning. Phoenix. Mia? How is Maya doing? Physically, I'm not worried. She'll recover completely. But emotionally, she's been hurt very badly by this case. I see. You don't mean she learned who Elise Donham really was? Yes, I went to the medical office to talk with her. I told her everything I knew. But why? Maya is stronger than you think. I knew she could take it. All of it. What do you mean by that? I want you to figure that answer out by yourself. The trial is about to restart. The real killer? Know who it is yet? That night, the victim was killed in the garden of the Inner Temple, and the criminal wasn't just there by accident, which means that the killer knew of Dahlia's plan from the very beginning. And one more thing, the victim was moved to the Hasakura Temple side by Penboom. In other words, The criminal couldn't cross the bridge. That means they were stuck on the inner temple side for almost an entire day. Exactly, so the culprit was someone that wasn't in Hazakura Temple the following. That's as much help I can give you. What? Okay. They wasn't in Hazakura Temple the following day. I'm confused. The rest of the battle is yours to win or lose. Okay, I've got it. Thank you, Mia. Finally, it's almost time to bring this case to an end. What exactly did Maya see anyway? And who was it that actually killed Missy Faye? Whoever it was, prove it. Me, all by myself. Oh my god, y'all, I didn't know it was gonna be this long. I said this was gonna be one more episode. Oh, Jesus, this is really long. Okay, I'm going to go till 5 o'clock, and then I'm gonna get off because I started at like 2:30, and this is crazy. Like, I shouldn't be on here this long. February 10th, 336, District Court, Courtroom number 7. Now then, before we proceed any further, I'm going to announce the results of the test we performed on the blue dagger that was found stuck in the pine tree. Oh yeah, that. Totally forgot about that. That's the weapon that Maya Faye used when she fought with the victim. So what are the results? Was it the victim's blood, or due to time constraints the full test wasn't possible? However, there's one thing we can say with certainty. The blood that was on the dagger was not the victim's blood. Stabbed by somebody else got stabbed there. So it wasn't Missy's blood on the dagger. Then whose was it? The defense and the prosecution know this, but this trial is rapidly coming to a close. Both sides will need to show some firm evidence with their claims. I understand, Your Honor. From what I've heard, the witness is dangerously weak, physically speaking. So, let's finish this quickly. Agreed. Please bring in the last witness. Witness, please tell us your name and profession. Maya Faye. My profession is, I'm the assistant manager at Wright and Co. Law Offices. According to the magazine I have here, you're a spirit medium of the Crane channeling technique. I'm frightened. The Faye clan, I don't want any more to do with it. Oh Maya, the pain the Faye bloodline causes must be unbearable. I think Iris wants to tell Wright she loves him. Probably. She seems like she knew him for a while. Now then, Miss Faye, when the event occurred, you were in the Garden of the Inner Temple and you witnessed Elise Donan's murder. Is this correct? I didn't
Objection!
Straighten up this. Huh? She might have been the one who actually liked Phoenix instead of Dahlia. And he wouldn't have known the difference because, yeah, she probably was the one who was actually dating him in the beginning. Probably. Your head up and speak clearly. There's always time for crying later. But Your mother was killed right in front of your eyes. There's nothing you can do to change that fact. But there's something you can do. You can finish this. You've been watching the whole thing, right? You've seen the witnesses come out, and you've seen us squeeze the truth out of them. Now it's your turn. Let's hear your testimony. On the night of the crime, what did you see happen? Witness, if you please. Yes, Your Honor. My back is starting to hurt. Oh, Jesus. I was passing through the garden on the way to a spare prep room when it happened. Suddenly someone struck me over the head. I stumbled and ended up against the stone lantern. I think I screamed, "Help me!" Then something warm splashed over me. That's when I lost consciousness. So you were struck on the head. I suppose it must have been the staff. Maya, the person who hit you. It was Dahlia Hawthorne, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Nick. I couldn't see. I don't know who it was. Maya, think hard. Sorry, Nick, but I really couldn't. Ha. Can't say it was an especially good night for young ladies to be walking around alone. It seems that it will be hard to determine a criminal through testimony alone. Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please begin your cross-examination. Maya, hang in there. She doesn't look well at all. Y'all, I don't know how long this is going to be. I hope that this is going to be not going to be that long. I don't want to have another live stream of this because I want to finish this. So I know this is going to be super long. So let's just get through this. Who else was on the inner temple side that night? Well, Sister Bikini, of course. But I remember her saying that Iris would be coming later as well. On the day after the incident, Edgeworth met Bikini housed at the temple. That means she couldn't be the criminal. So then, did Iris actually come later like she said? Well, let me think. She seems confused. It's probably because she's so tired. No, I'm sure I didn't see her. She must have come while I was preparing for the training. Who did it? Who hit you? Well, I didn't see who it was. I was hit from behind. You didn't see the person? But after that, your attacker was in front of you. How could you not see who it was? Oh, so let me think for a sec. I'm sorry, I just can't remember. Maya's really having... What should I do? That's a harder. Come on, Maya, this isn't making sense. Why didn't you see this person? Well, let me think. It was, oh yeah, that's right. It was dark, that's it. It was dark. It's not good to have too much light around when someone is undergoing spiritual training. Come to think of it, there was earlier testimony to that effect as well. She was dark in the garden on the night of the crime, which is why she didn't see her attacker. Thought maybe she was trying to hide something, but I guess not. Judging by the testimony thus far, the identity of the attacker was most likely the spirit that was channeled by at least Dahlia Hawthorne. Very well, please continue with your testimony. What happened after you were struck on the head? What happened afterwards? My attacker was in front of me, blocking off my escape, I think. You think? After getting hit like that, I was in a state of panic. There were only two things rolling around in my mind at the time. So what were the two things rolling around in your mind? My name is Maya Faye. 1 + 1 = 2. You see, for some crazy reason, I was afraid I was going to lose my memory. I know it's odd considering my life was in danger, but that's how it was. What? That's not odd at all. Your actions are understandable given the circumstances. So, what did you do then? I think I screamed, "Help me." You think you screamed, but you're not sure? Listen, I was a complete wreck. It was dark and I couldn't see my attacker. Was it a man, a woman, an adult, a child? I had no idea. I was scared out of my wits. Something not sounding right about that. You tell me you couldn't even see an outline? It's dark, I get it, but how dark could it have been to the point where you don't know at all what hit you? I'm certain I would have soiled my robes. I thought this person might attack me, so I Anyway, I'm pretty sure I screamed. It couldn't have been Iris. Iris was already at Hazakura Temple. She never came to Inner Temple. Remember, she said she was in her room. The person who came wasn't really Iris, I believe. Last time I remembered. That was Dahlia Hawthorne. Because remember, the Sister Bikini said that she saw Iris, but Iris was Dahlia Hawthorne, so it wasn't Iris who did that. That's my thing. My only thing is I'm stumped because who else was there? Because it's not Sister Bikini or Sister Iris. She was the one who channeled, Mia, so it wasn't Mia being channeled somehow. It wasn't Pearls, because Pearls came and messed up the thing and then left. Well, didn't leave because she got caught. Could it have been Pearls by accident? I don't know. I thought that was my last hope. Wow, it sounds like poor little Maya really was out of her mind. Yeah, something not right. But I wonder what she meant by last hope. What do I do? Do I press her for more details? Yes. I mean, we don't need to know why. What did she scream? Sorry, I'll be checking. Wait a minute, Maya. What's this my last hope stuff? What? What do you mean by your last hope? No. That's what you said. You said my last hope. Huh? What? I said what? Look, you were facing an attacker that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? Looks like, sorry. Look, you were facing an attack that you couldn't see and you screamed, right? You screamed, help me. Yeah. But you testified that you screamed that because you thought it was your last hope. Oh, well, you know, that's like, what do you call it when that happens? Mine's not doing so well up there. Oh, yeah, oh, that's right. I remember now. I was facing my attacker, but that's not who I was screaming at. What did you just say? Yeah, that's right. It was the person behind my attacker that I was yelling at. That's who I was screaming to for help. Ah! Well, you know, I messed up. I didn't mean to let that slip out. Huh? See, I knew she was trying to cover up something. With what you're saying, behind the attacker, there was another person? Oh, I meant to keep that part a secret. What have I done? Ha! It takes a ton of pressure to make a diamond. That's what I always say. A ton of pressure. You're in a court of law here. You can't make things up or try to hide things in this chamber. Witness. Man. Witness, the information you just presented is vital to the case. I want you to add it to your testimony.
Hold it!
A man? Who was this man? Well, you see, I couldn't see. You couldn't. How you know it was a man then? Well, you know, lantern light isn't very bright. Lantern light, did you say? There's a great big stone lantern in the garden. Yeah, but that light wasn't on. We already discussed that it was turned off. Larry was at the Heavenly Garden, the Heavenly Hall. He never once went to the Inner Temple. You know what they say, under the lantern darkness reigns, so I couldn't see the person that was further away, but not my attacker who was closer. Plus, there weren't any other light sources in the garden at the time. Press. You don't mean. I didn't know at the time. I think it was probably blood. Is she saying that's when Miss Dunham, who was channeling Dahlia, was stabbed in the back by the killer? At that moment, I was paralyzed with fear. I was just sitting there in the snow. So what I'm gathering is somebody stabbed Dahlia to protect Maya. That's what I'm gathering from that. Somebody must have stabbed Dahlia, who was channeled by Misty Faye. But they didn't know it was Misty Faye. Or did they? Actually, they did. Because apparently that person would have known all the plans. I'm sure blood got on everything around me. That's when I lost consciousness. Yeah, girl.
Objection!
No. So there was a man standing behind your attacker? Yeah. That man, he's the killer. He stabbed her from behind. He's the one who killed Elise Donham, otherwise known as Misty Faye, your mother. The killer. Maya, you know who killed your mother, don't you? What is the meaning of this, Mr. Wright? To be frank, Your Honor, I think she is in shock. That's why she hasn't noticed a huge problem with her testimony. Huh? What do you mean? What problem? Maya, on the night of the crime, that stone lantern was out of commission. Huh? What? It's true. There was no light in that night. Why are you lying? Who would you be lying for? Something not right. Who was more important in this case for her to lie about somebody who killed her mother? Somebody who's worth more, and this would have to be a person that she knew. And this person knew about the plans. So they did not only know about the plans, but they had to be at the inner temple. This was the same time, when this person killed her, this was around the same time the bridge got burned. That's why I think it was her. But no, that's why I'm counting her out. Because think about it, when that happened, the bridge was burning. Iris wasn't there. Iris the one who got the body, remember? So it couldn't have been Iris. And in any case, Maya didn't even know who Iris was. So she didn't even know that she was connected in any sort of way to the Faye clan. And this is a person that she's trying to protect. Not right now, Saya. Wait till I get done. I'm almost done. Again, so I don't know. There has to be another person that was there that we didn't know was there. Because something's not adding up. Order in the court. Mr. Gerdot, explain this. Add the purest milk to the perfect clear darkness of coffee stirred. Bro. Mr. Trite's words are the milk and you are the spoon, Your Honor. You must have noticed it too, Trite. This witness is meant to say is highly unstable right now. It's not hard to understand why she would make a little mistake like that. Nah, fam. Sorry, but that's not gonna cut it. What did you say? If there truly was no light in the garden, then there's a fatal contradiction in the witness's last bit of testimony. The Nick. Maya, recalled the witness's statement about her attacker. She said that she didn't know if it was a man or a woman, an adult or a child. And yet, the witness could describe a person that was standing behind her attacker, and she quite clearly described him as a man. In other words, that would have to mean that Maya actually saw our mystery person. It's so dark that she couldn't see the face of her own attacker. No. Yo. Yo. Yo, y'all. No, seriously. It was Godot. It was Godot. Um, we'll see, but yo, he's the only person that has something that would, cause his thing, his visor has a light thing on it. In the last episodes before, when I think the light went out, it was like a outage somewhere. When he was doing prosecuting, it went out. His visor was the only thing that was left, and it was red. So he has a light to his thing, so he could see, and it's red. Ooh, which would explain why he didn't see Maya, the blood. That's why he didn't see blood. Bro, I think it's good diet. Cause there's nobody else that was there. It couldn't have been. There's no way. There's just too many people that it was.
Objection!
Tripe, do you have any idea what you're proposing? How could she have seen in the dark? There was no other light source at the scene. There are some things that you can only see in the dark, Mr. Godot. Maya, you did see who the killer was in the dark. And now, you're trying to cover for him. Think about it. The only reason why she would cover for... There's no reason why she would cover for anybody who killed her mother that she just met. It had to be Godot. Godot is actually Armando. Well, I feel like he's Armando. That's the only way. It looks the same. And Armando was Mia's boyfriend, that's how she probably connected with him. He probably cared about her. That's the only reason why I would think she would cover for him. Because that's Mia's. She probably, yeah. That's crazy, G. No, I genuinely think it's Godot. It said man, and she seen at night. Larry, she's not gonna cover for Larry, not for her own mom. It wasn't Phoenix. Edgeworth wasn't there until after the situation. There was no other man. For the man that killed her mother, there's only one conclusion I can draw from this. You know who this man is. Yeah, please, Nick. I don't know anything. Please, I'm begging you. Ha. You talk a good game, Tripe, but let's see if you can walk the walk. It was pitch black, so what could the witness see? I'm calling your bluff. No, Nick, don't. Please, stop. Nah, fam, that's not how that works. Maya's dead set on protecting this guy, the man who murdered Maya's long-lost mother, but I can't let him get away with it. I'm a lawyer, an officer of the court. I'm here to find the truth. Alright, Mr. Wright, time to show us what you got. Who was this person that you saw Miss Faye saw in the dark? That you say Miss Faye? Come on.
Take that!
Forget it. I know, because it was pitch black, Miss Faye was able to recognize the killer easily. I'm sure the court would like to see for itself how this is possible, yes? What? But how do you propose to show us something like that? It's easy. We just need to recreate the conditions of that night. Your Honor, defense officially requests that all the lights in this courtroom be turned off. Well, but it can't be. Ha. Yeah, see, told you. Yep, I knew it. Well, everyone, this is the man Maya saw on the night of the murder. Order. Prosecutor Godot, what is the meaning of this? Surely you must be shocked to hear yourself accused of such a thing. Why aren't you denying it? Ha. Your Honor, you're asking the wrong person. What do you mean by that? If you've got a question, that's one of my rules. Well, Maya, how about it? What you saw that night? Was it 3 glowing red lights? Well, witness, answer the question. You're wrong. Yeah. I never saw that, Maya. I thought the person that stabbed my mother was a man, for a totally different reason. Yeah. He saw Dahlia Hawthorne. Again, he must have somehow figured out the plan. It's 5:15. What? He felt the guilty of him not being able to protect Mia because he was out of commission, so he was determined to protect her. Stop your chattering, Your Honor. Chattering? If it's worth asking, ask the witness. That's one of my rules. Alright. Well then, let's continue with the testimony. Please tell us how you knew the killer was a man. Yes, Your Honor. Okay, yeah, let's hurry up, please, because I gotta get off this. It's been 2.5 hours. When I came to, I was just lying there on the training hall floor. By the time I got back to the garden, the place had totally changed. The torches were lit, and the body was gone. And all the snow around the stone entrance had been carefully cleaned up, too. Since the person did all that work alone, I just assumed it was a man. So it was after the crime took place that the witness came to think the killer was a man. Yes, that's right. I'm sorry, Your Honor, Okay. But that's what I'm saying. The dog. Oh. Okay, hold on. Sorry, guys. There's a lot going on. Let me save this just in case. I think that's the most reasonable explanation. Perhaps. However, there's something that's bothering me. If the killer just wanted to hide the snow with blood on it, there was no need to remove that amount. Okay. That's true. He could have scooped up just the snow that was stained with blood. But he wouldn't have been able to. Yes. Earlier you very clearly stated that you saw a man behind your attacker. Nick, I'm sorry. The killer certainly went through a lot of trouble. Moving the body by a pendulum, manipulating the crime scene, but for what purpose? Why do all that? Maybe Maya knows more than she's letting on.
Hold it!
So you lost consciousness when you were in the garden, is that right? Yes, I think it happened when the victim was stabbed. But then the person that carried you into the inner temple, it could only have been the killer. That's what I think too. So the killer carried Maya into the inner temple. All this is only benefiting her. It wouldn't benefit the killer. So, I mean, she's doing too much.
Hold it!
Naturally, the killer must have done it, right? Yes, I think so. But why would the killer tamper with the crime scene like that? There must have been something that the killer desperately wanted to hide. The truth is, when I saw the crime scene, I felt something. You did? Yes. I felt like the killer was hiding the evidence for me. For my sake. What? Hiding it for you? Everyone knew that I was the only one at the inner temple that night. If Sister Bikini had come back and looked at the garden, she may have thought that you had done it. No, she definitely would have thought so. And you're saying that's why the killer cleaned up the scene to make it look like nothing had happened? Yes, I'm sure of it. Can I get that?
Objection!
I thought that would be right there. I think it was clean from the sink. The first one, blah blah blah. So I gotta, let me see.
Hold it!
They did it for your sake? Well, if the body and the blood hadn't been removed, I would have easily been the prime suspect, right? Yes, I suppose that's true. Yeah, and if that happened, the body would have caused some other problems too. If her real identity had come out right then, it would have been terrible. Master Crane killed my own daughter. I don't think Maya would have been able to handle it. Almost 3 hours, y'all. Oh my god. I gotta hurry up. But still, it's rather difficult to fathom the killer's motive. What reason is there to go through that much trouble to protect you? That's what I'm saying. I think it was for my sake that the clerk cleaned up the evidence of what happened. I mean, there's evidence on the thing, and on here. That was on Dusty Bridge.
Objection!
I don't got time for this. The body of Elise Donin was carried all the way to Hazakura Temple's courtyard. Then at the garden, the real scene of the crime, the snow that we suspect was covered in blood was scooped up and removed. It's reasonable to believe all this was done in an attempt to hide the true crime scene. However, there's still one matter that seems somewhat odd. Oh, and what would that be? You must have figured it out by now, Mr. Godot. It's the message written in blood on the lantern. It was written very clearly on the white stone ring. Maya. Ah. If the killer was so motivated to protect Maya from suspicion, then why didn't they wipe the writing off the lantern? Order. But what's the right? Isn't it the fact that the killer was trying to cover up the crime scene? Indeed, but it doesn't make much sense to move the body, remove the blood, no, then not wipe off the most incriminating thing of all, the bloody
Objection!
But if that's the case, do you have an explanation for the killer's mysterious behavior? The fact that he knows it's him and he's trying to really do this is annoying to me. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Why would this killer move the body and remove all that snow, but then leave the bloody writing on the lantern? I don't know what the killer's plan was, but it's the fact that the killer left the writing on the lantern. There must be a reason for it. He couldn't see it. Prosecutor Godot, earlier in this trial, you gave me some good advice. Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. The real killer wanted to disguise the fact that a crime had occurred there. If that's the case, they wouldn't have left the bloody writing on the stone lantern on purpose. Therefore, it must mean that they didn't notice it. But that doesn't make any sense. The torches were all lit and everything. There's no way any normal person would miss something as glaring as that. You're right. There is no way any normal person would. What are you trying to say, Mr. Wright? There's only one person involved in this incident who could have missed seeing the bloody writing altogether. Yo, I'm trying to hurry up.
Take that!
Mr. Godot, this is what you said yesterday. My eyesight is pretty messed up. Even with these huge goggles on my head, I still can't see everything. You can't see everything. Is that correct, Mr. Godot? This lantern was submitted as evidence today. I would like the court to think back to the moment it was first presented. This lantern, there's something written on it. Well, it's written in blood. Nonsense. This lantern it's as clean as a whistle. I hope not. Just admit it, there are certain colors you can't see, correct? You can't see red on a white background, can you? That's right, we went through this once before, during the poisoning case at Fabian. This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time, and somehow spilled coffee on. There's something still bothering Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the blood stain to the court? Blood stain? What blood stain would that be? Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood color stain that's smeared all over the apron. That's ridiculous. No one told me anything about a blood stain. Because all he could see is red. You could see the coffee on the white apron, but you couldn't see the ketchup, because it was red. Ha. It's strange. In a black and white photo, those letters would have appeared black to me. I wonder, why am I the only one that can't see them? So then, Mr. Godot, are you admitting it? Admitting it? Are you admitting that you can't see the red writing on the lantern? Yes! Like, come on now. Hey, Gramps. Didn't you know? That's the reason why I don't drink red tea. What? I'm not sure about this now, but I just can't believe it. I'm thinking the doctor is a murderer. Well, there's no going back there. I'm trying to figure out the truth. I'm dead. We got 15 minutes left, y'all. I'm gonna use this for 3 hours. 3 hours of streaming. 3 hours, y'all. 3 hours. 3 hours. The defense at this time formally accuses you. You are the murderer of Miss Elise Donim, also known as Miss Missy Faye. It's hard to believe this may be true, however, once again, Mr. Wright has brought up a disquieting fact about you. Ha. Just make sure you don't fill out the indictment in red ink, Gramps. Come on. How does a little graffiti make me into the killer? Besides, it's not like it's my name that's in there. I'm certain that the killer wasn't able to see the color red. This is Rich. Do go on, Trice. The answer is right there at the crime scene. In the snow. The snow? How so? Well, for example, why did the killer move all that snow? Your Honor, you said it yourself. If he wanted to hide the bloody snow, why not take out just that area? Yes, why didn't he just take out that area? Ah, could it be? He was just gonna make an estimation. Yes, the killer couldn't see the red blood that had seeped into the snow, and so he had to remove all of the snow. He couldn't be sure of where the blood had landed, so he removed the whole area. Isn't it more likely that the killer couldn't see the blood because it was dark? No. Because the things were lit up. The torches were all lit. He would have been able to see just fine. It seems that once again this trial has taken an unexpected turn, to say the least. Can you explain this, Mr. Can we get done with this, please? But wait just a minute. Maya, what is it, witness? Mr. Kadai isn't the killer. After all, he didn't even come to the inner temple until 2 days after the murder took place. He didn't show up until after that old bridge got fixed up.
Objection!
Maya. You can't testify to something like that. Why? What do you mean? I may not look it, but I... Eek! After the murder happened, you didn't even exist. True. Because she was channeling the girl, so she doesn't know. Are you senile, old man? We established this just a little while ago. After the murder, this witness was unconscious for a long time. Because she was channeling Dahlia Hawthorne. Oh, that's right. So how does she know that? Please, Your Honor, let me add to my testimony. Nick, please listen to me. Maya, do you plan to cover for Godot no matter what the cost? If that's the case, then I've got no choice. Your Honor, let's hear her testimony. If it means we're going to hear the whole truth, I say we should not silence her. Ah, nicely done, Trite. Yo, I'm trying to hurry up. To all the 3 people who are still with me. I know, it's so long. It's so long, but stay with me. We're almost done. I think. I don't know. I hope this is the final testimony. Please tell us what happened at the inner temple after the murder. Yes, sir. After I woke up, I began channeling, and my spirit left me, as it were. But little Pearlie was there at the inner temple, too. Pearlie was also stuck on the inner temple side that night. The next morning, she looked around but couldn't find anyone. The next day, when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Godot arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found Pearlie first and cheered her right up. No. No, he didn't. We found her. How? No. Just, Maya, no. Just, no. Let it go, girl. No. That's my little cousin, Pearl Faye. So when did you hear about this? Oh, just a while ago, when I was in a medical office. I'm terribly sorry. But what you heard from someone else is simply not admissible as testimony. What? Come on, Pearlie would never tell a lie. She's a way more honest person than I'll ever be. Real smart, Maya. You always know the best things to say when you're under oath. Ha! The prosecution has no objection. We believe the witness. Mr. Godot, let's just move on to the cross-examination. Please. Fam, why am I doing this to myself? Pearlie was also stuck on the inner temple side that night. The next morning she looked around but couldn't find anyone. The next day when the bridge was finally fixed, she was in the spare prep room. That's when Mr. Godot arrived at the inner temple for the first time. He found her. He cheered her up? That's what Curly said. She said he was a very nice older gentleman. Thank you for looking after my cousin, Mr. Cadet. And here I was thinking you were nothing more than a coffee addict. Ha. Cut it out. You're making me blush. The truth is, there aren't that many places to look on any temple side. The policemen were all busy going over the garden. The fine tree called. Oh my god. Y'all. So you cheered Pearls up? When I found that little girl, the first thing she asked about was her cousin Maya saying, "Really?" The bridge had burned down. She was huddled up in that tiny shack with no heat. Even though she must have had a truly terrifying night out there, she asked about you before she said a thing about herself. Pearly, I noticed that you weren't alone in the temple side, but I couldn't find it in me for my last cup with milk and sugar to hide the bitterness of the harsh truth. He had a thermos of coffee? Why doesn't that surprise me? There's only one thing of any importance here. Where was the god when the murder was taking place? He must have already been at the temple when it happened. Otherwise, he couldn't have killed Miss Louise. Don't, I'm gonna try that one again. Oh, my ears. My ears are so tired. You said that you conducted an investigation wrong. Did you find anything? Looks like my investigation went about as well as yours, right? After all, I did miss the bloody writing on the lantern. The only thing odd I discovered was the beauty in the training hall. Misty Faye, naturally, clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue of Western taste. Western taste? Could he find a strange way to describe gravy? So from there you headed for the prep room? Wait a sec. Did I just say that? Found the proverbial weak spot. There's only one thing of any importance here. Mr. Godot, the first time you crossed Dusty Bridge and went into the inner temple was long before the murder took place. Well, why do you say that? Because he just made one fatal slip-up. The hanging scroll in the training hall. Hanging scroll. But... Third, press that's on Mr. Godot, the coffee thing. Why are you giving me... Well... I already, like... took some time trying to figure it out, but why are you giving me answers? Stop! I can do it. Let me do it. I didn't even know that you were giving me all those answers on the sideline. Mr. Godot is right. That scroll shows a picture of my mother, Maya. I know you know who it is, but here's something you didn't know. By the time the bridge had been repaired 2 days after the murder, the hanging scroll in the training hall looked like this. What's that wonderfully What's that wonderfully delicious smell? The morning after the crime, someone covered it with gravy. Gravy? But why gravy, Nick? Because gravy was much more than a condiment to the cookbook. Well, Mr. Godot, if you really hadn't seen the hanging scroll until after the murder, you wouldn't have had any way of knowing that it was Mr. Fay. Wait a minute, Nick. Yes? To take a look at the hanging scroll. Look at the top. There's a crest there. Ah, that. It's the mark of the master, correct? Exactly. So if you know the meaning of the mark, then you could guess that it was a picture of Misty Fay there. True, but Mr. Godot describes what was underneath, like this, clad in her stunning Japanese garb, surrounded by the hue and aroma of Western taste. Oh, yes, it's possible that he knew what the crest meant, however, he couldn't have known that she was wearing Japanese clothing. Mr. Godot, on the day of the murder, you were hiding at the inner temple long before the crime took place. I'm trying to get this over with. Can I ask you just one little thing, Trite? What is it? This whole theory of yours, it all rests on a certain assumption. That I knew beforehand that a crime was going to be committed. But that's right. Otherwise, there's no reason for him to sneak onto the crime scene. Of course, Mr. Godot knew about the plan. What did you say? Is it really possible that another person knew of the plan? Oh my gosh. I'm trying to say either Mia or Elise.
Take that!
Damn. Oh my god! Yikes. Damn.
Hold it!
Sorry, y'all. I'm gonna have to go through this entire thing, bro. That's crazy.
Objection!
Objection!
Girl, go on back in the room. You be ready. Save. I'm just saving. Oh my god, it's 3 hours. Yes, I'm trying to be.
Take that!
Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going through this, bruh. I'm supposed to get done.
Objection!
Oh my god.
Objection! Objection!
Damn, I don't have the patience for this. Alright, let's go. So what we do know is, let's go to that quest, right? We know it's the third one.
Objection!
Alright, let's save here. I think I knew what it was, but I didn't press it because I thought they were only doing profiles. But it must have been the burnt letter. Pearl told us about how somebody had already opened it. I don't know why my slow self didn't pick that. Because I was thinking about that. That was the first thing that came to my mind was burnt letter. But because it was stuck on profiles, I thought that it was only giving me a person. That's why I was just like, let me see. Yeah, the instructions, because it was already open. question? I'm trying to be done with this. It's 6 minutes in. I'm supposed to be been done. Please, let's be done. Please. Yes, thank you. This crime was actually planned over a year ago. Morgan Fay authored the plan for her daughter's future, and these instructions were hidden somewhere in Fay Manor for a year. However, by the time little Pearl found these instructions, they had already been unsealed. Unsealed? Yes, the killer had read these instructions long before Pearls ever found them. That's how he knew the crime was to take place at the Inner Temple. And you still insist this crafty killer is me? You bet I do. But you just said the instructions were hidden, so that's right. Mr. Gadot couldn't have known what the instructions were hidden. If you really wanted to know, he had one great chance to find out. Yes, and when was that? During a visit. A visit? Morgan Fay told her daughter Pearl about where the instructions were hidden. During one of her visits to the detention center. That would be the only time for someone to have learned where they were hidden. You eavesdropped on a visit at the detention center? Yes, it could be arranged if you were someone with easy access in and out of there. Like, for example, a prosecutor such as Mr. Gadot. Wow. Order. Mr. Gadot, you're under fire again. This murder could not have been carried out without prior knowledge, and you were the only one that could have acquired this information before the murder. Humans are afraid of the dark, and yet, at the same time, we're fascinated and bewitched by it. Maybe that's why humans drink the dark because it's coffee. Sorry for all that. What does that mean? It means there's a reason for everything. According to your theory, the killer in this case eavesdropped on a conversation during a jail visit where he learned of a hidden plan for a crime. After discovering the plan, he hid in the Inner Temple and waited for the crime to occur. Then he ultimately took a person's life. And he did all of that just to protect this witness? That's right. If you're accusing me of this crime, I have to ask you, why would I do this? Mia. Cut it out. I'm sorry, can we get to this already? Because I already know it's because of Mia's. An unshakable reason that forced you to protect this witness at all costs. I know. You figured it out, haven't you, Nick? Maya. I guess you were doing your best to cover for the dot. For the same reason, huh? Hey, calm down enough. Okay, Trite, I'm all ears, let's hear it. It's very simple. Maya Fey is a lot more than just a stranger to you. What's this? There's one person who lies at the very center of this whole story. Chill. There's a very good reason why Maya Fey's life is so precious to you. After all, she is Mia Fey's only sister. Mia Fey. You once worked alongside her. That was when you were a defense attorney. Wait a second here. Mr. Gadot is a defense attorney? With your honest, piercing intellect, you must have figured it out by now. The real name of this man who calls himself Gadot. His real name is Diego Armando. Isn't that right? The last time he called me by that name was over 6 years ago. Oh my god, please don't tell me that they have to do a whole story. It should, Your Honor. All this is related to a single case. A case in which a convict named Terry Falls killed himself. Mia Fey's first time in court, the tragic outcome left a deep wound in her heart. She knew that behind it all was a heartless, scheming demoness in disguise. But in the end, Mia couldn't tear off that disguise. However, there was one man who reached out to help her. Diego Armando, a senior defense attorney at the office where Mia worked. It's my fault. It's all my fault that Mr. Falls killed himself. Mia, you can't cry yet. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. He looks exactly like him, y'all. How did y'all not figure this out? When I first played this and saw him, when he first was introduced, I knew it was Armando. I was moved by her, the way she put all her faith in her clients, that pure, sweet heart of hers. That's why I could never forgive Dahlia Hawthorne. Mia and I thoroughly investigated that fake kidnapping incident. Then one fatal day, Dahlia wanted to meet with me. It had been 6 months since the trial. We met in the courthouse cafeteria. I just remembered 6 years ago, right here in this courthouse, you were poisoned. Even I didn't see it coming. Dahlia Hawthorne slipped some poison into my coffee. The newspapers at the time called it a murder, but very little information about the case was released in the press. But you weren't dead at all. No official reports ever actually called it a murder. I was just in a deep, deep coma. I see. My body shut down and my life became nothing but a long, deep sleep. That woman's poison did a real number on my central nervous system. I lost my sight, and all of my hair turned white due to the damage it caused. That's terrible. Apparently it was a miracle I ever regained consciousness. 5 years had passed since I drank that poisoned brew. Then one morning my eyes flew open from the smell of a doctor's cup of coffee. For 5 years? You were asleep for 5 years? And the worst possible news was waiting for me. Mia Fey was dead. From the very moment I opened my eyes, I had already lost everything I thought I had. The woman I loved had been murdered, and the woman I loathed had been sentenced to death. The woman you loathed? The woman who had spiked my skull with her coffee. Dahlia Hawthorne. Yeah, so he couldn't even get revenge. Ha. Good old Mia. She didn't let me down. She got her revenge before she checked out. In the end, there wasn't anyone waiting for me when I woke up. But that's so sad. For someone like me, for someone who had slept away their best days, there were only 2 reasons left to live. And it was for those 2 reasons that I decided to become a prosecutor. If I may ask, what were your 2 reasons to live? The first was you, Trike. Huh? Me? If I hadn't drank that stupid poison, Mia Fey never would have died, much less the way she did. You were the only one who was there to protect her, but you let her die. It was all your fault. No, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't like that. I wanted to see for myself what kind of a man you really were. So that's why I became a prosecutor. My other reason for living, she goes by the name of Maya Fey. Huh? You mean me? You were the only way I could make up for the sin of not saving Mia. 1 year ago, when the Crane Village incident was resolved, it was obvious that Morgan Fey was planning something. Whatever her evil plan was, I was determined to stop it. My role as a prosecutor put me in the perfect position to do something about her. That's how you overheard Pearl's visit with Morgan at the detention center. I knew that the time was drawing near. Since I knew the plan, I thought I could foil it. The goal was to outwit the plan. I thought if I could do that, I could keep that girl from being caught up in it. That makes sense. If Pearl had known that the actual purpose of the plan was to kill Maya, she never would have helped out. Finally, the day of the plan was drawing near. I contacted both of my accomplices, Iris of Hazakura Temple and Misty Fey. I especially needed the help of Iris. She was to take the fall in my backup plan in case we couldn't control Pearl Fey. But how did you contact my mother? She had been missing for almost 20 years. Officially, yes. What? What do you mean, officially? Dude, come on! You've heard about it, haven't you? About the strong ties between the main family and the government? Now that you mention it, Bikini did say something to that effect. She said that the master of the Crane had great authority. Even without her official position, Misty Fey still wielded great influence. The police had been keeping an eye on her movements all this time. That's how I was able to contact her. Again, because of her position as a prosecutor. So my mother was cooperating with you? I figured, don't ever forget, no matter how far away from you she never stopped thinking about you. She was always, that's why I knew she would do anything to protect you. If you want to know how strong her resolve to protect you was, look at her staff. Her staff, the one with the sword in it? The day the plan was to be carried out arrived soon enough. We met for the first time at Hazakura Temple. That's when your mother showed me her special staff. I realized it then, just how far she was willing to go. She was ready to use that sword to protect you from Morgan Fay if necessary. Yes, even if it meant paying the ultimate price. Mother. That night, the night of the crime, there was just one way to stop Morgan's evil plan. You mean Pearl, don't you? We had to make sure she didn't channel Dahlia Hawthorne. Well, Pearl, what are you going to do tonight? Well, if you'd like, you can come to my room. Perhaps we can read some books together. We thought we could prevent her from playing her part in Morgan's plan, but she never showed up. She was worried and followed me to the inner temple. That was the thing we were most afraid of. That's why Misty Faye had to do the channeling herself. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne into her own body. What? What do you mean? If she channeled the spirit first, then Pearl wouldn't be able to do it herself. As Master of the Terrain, Misty Faye's power was supreme, so that's how it went down. She channeled Dahlia Hawthorne so that Pearl Faye wouldn't be able to. I'll set that. What? Is this true? My role in the plan was to make sure no one was going to hurt Maya Faye. That's why I hid myself at the inner temple. Just in case you needed to be saved from Dahlia Hawthorne. Goodbye. Anyway, that's all I'm going to admit to, Trike. Huh? There's no doubt about it. You're a great defense attorney, but you're going to have to do the rest yourself. Who killed the victim? I heard the whole thing from my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Gadai. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who puts his life on the line to protect Mia, and me too. Maya, I know that. Nick. But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify. Because it's like that it doesn't help. Even if he did protect you, you're going to go to jail, and if it's murder, you might actually get the death penalty. So you're being stupid right now, because then at that point it's useless that he even saved you. Miss Faye, your testimony, please. This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips. I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick. Okay, thanks. Let's just get to this, please. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights, 3 of them. I thought I asked for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. She wasn't dead though. She struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness. I'm sorry. I thought I saw them, but then they disappeared all of a sudden. Ha! Things break, Trite. Even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? It looks like you still can't prove it. Maya Faye is telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me. Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness. Just gonna press everything and let's get to it. Light shining in the dark, I don't think you can make a mistake about that. Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. And I can't tell you for sure they were from Mr. Godot's mask either. I don't get the feeling she's covered for him anymore, but just after that you turned towards the lights and called for help. Isn't that because you thought the lights were coming from Mr. Godot's mask? Yeah, I guess so. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time, but I can't remember after all. There was a person I couldn't identify in front of me. Maya's life was in terrible danger at the time. There's no way she can remember the details of the scene perfectly. Ooh. Sorry, I'm like, my bad. How are y'all still here? Why are there 3 people still here watching? Why are y'all this committed? That blood, was it Dahlia Hawthorne's blood? I think so, probably. Just at that moment, I heard a soft scream that seemed to be close by. It was a woman's voice. So that was when the killer stabbed the victim from behind with the murder weapon, is that right? Without a doubt, Maya was in the middle of a really dangerous situation. Anyway, the victim was stabbed by the murder weapon. What happened after that?
Hold it!
Struck back. How do you know that? Well, you're right. I didn't see it exactly, but I could tell by the sounds of their breathing and movement. And also the smell of blood. Yes, I think so. But suddenly the lights went out. They went out. Yes, suddenly I couldn't see them at all. So what could it mean? If the red light was coming from the dark mask, and it went out right in the middle of the fight, maybe the mask was damaged, or maybe it was knocked off, or maybe the batteries ran out. Right, Trey? Or maybe those little red pinhead looking lights just stopped working.
Hold it!
Do you mean a moment when the red lights went out? Yes, that's right. The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice. What? Oh, the little knife. That's gotta be it. I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it, and then the killer let out a scream pain. No. Since after all my dashes are almost certainly never correct. Remember the testimony she just gave before the killer let out a scream. Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade and the staff had already been plunged into the victim. She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than a dagger. Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right, I forgot about that. This dagger was found at the crime scene stuck into a pine tree. Yes, the detective found that this morning and brought it to me. Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this, and she managed to move him away. Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean he was wounded. For all we know, the blood on the dagger could have been from the victim. No. Stop. Have you forgotten his blood had already been tested? If we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have had a wound on his body. Is that for sure or not? So you're saying the blood on his dagger belongs to the killer? Wow, I've really been on this game for 3 hours. Exactly. The DNA analysis of the blood proves it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, look at the data to prove that it's your blood. Nice theory, Water order in the fridge. Is this the end? Have I done it? Even he won't be able to change the result of scientific test. I'm tired. Let me actually put this right. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer. Do you really think that I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? What? Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by the detectives who brought to me. There were already blood on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the field. What does it prove? Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it. But it can't be. In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee, Charlie. That blood, it doesn't belong to me. Not a chance. In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was running right then. Wait a minute. What's the problem? There's a big contradiction in Nick's. Oh, Maya. Said that it wasn't the killer. That's right. But, if Mr. Godot had really been cut with the dagger, his clothes should be bloody or have a rip in them, right? Maya, maybe he just changed his clothes? That's not a contradiction, pretty. What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder? Everyone that was on the inner temple side got trapped there. That's right. Yo, I'm sorry. Well, I already know the answer. I'm sorry, my head is hurting, and I'm trying to be done with this.
Objection!
I know the answer. It was under his mask. Think about it. You said that once he got hit, the scream came out, the lights came off. He got his stuff knocked off because he got stabbed in the eye. Well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him, but no one could have predicted the lightning strike that forbid. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes? The judge take a smart class. He says, well then, maybe the killer took off. That way he...
Objection!
This... You know how cold it gets up there later, like, for a few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid. So that's all we got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. Look, right now, if Mia Fey were here, she would have closed the book on this case already. If Mia Fey were here? So come on, Trike, can you do it or not? How about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Godot of being the killer, but can you prove it? Have you gotten even one piece of the evidence? I thought I was gonna be done too. The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. I'm tired of this already. Y'all, don't ever think that this is gonna happen again. I can prove it. I'm going to bring your methods and vengeance to fruition just as you wanted. Ha, that's good. A fighter till the bitter end, Trike. Since there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for the unlimited penalty? Oh, no we not. No we not. Give me a break, you've got nothing, Trike. So what do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I gotta think outside the box and approach this from a different angle. Alright then, Mr. Wright. Let's see what you got. There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger. But we decided to toss it to him. Yes, we know. There's one place the killer could have hidden his wound. What did you say? Hidden? This is it. My last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there was no blood stains on his clothing. I need to show how he hid the wound. It's the end of the line, the final stop, Trike. Let's see what you got. Where's this location where he said? Where? Where?
Take that!
Ha. I don't know what you're talking about, and frankly, I don't need to know. Maybe I do know, but she'll never be half the lawyer she was. I was about to say, how am I wrong right now? What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on through him? Oh, you sound like a hater, my guy. Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. It's beneath your mask. During the fight, the red light given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask? If you have a dagger wound under there, then I'd say this whole case is solved. So are you not going to take off your mask? I just kind of want to see you take off your mask. Are you going to take it off or not? I want to see you take it off. That's what I'm trying to do. 3.5 hours I've been on this game. 3.5 hours. Y'all are not finna get another, like, y'all not getting another, playthrough for a while. Yeah. Just now, I saw her spirit in you. Hmm? I never liked you. 6 years ago. You helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison. And then, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die. Yes, you said that. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you. That's what I thought. Mr. Godot, but I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could find it in my heart to forgive was yourself. It was me. You, yourself? I was the one that failed to protect Mia, me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask. I threw away my true name. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya. Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway. What do you mean? Are you listening, Maya? If I really wanted to save you, then there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away. Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick? But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother. That closed my eyes to the most important man involved. Do you know why? The real reason? No, why? I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all. Huh? I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul and your pride. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia, nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya. Bro, okay, I don't care. Can we... Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure. And I saw her silhouette. A part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I get hot very fast, you guys. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at that point. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye, or was it something else? Revenge. Revenge, revenge, revenge! Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? That's true, he could have just stabbed her in the shoulder. Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? And now, I don't know anything anymore. It was Iris. Who was Iris? I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. The stupid fantasy of defeating you in a courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people. And in that moment, I understood everything. Mr. Godot. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando. Where's my phone at? Mr. Armando, I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me. Thanks. Your wound, it's bleeding. Ha, did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears. Oh, so he was crying and opened up his wound. Tears? Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this very moment. Mr. Armando, you do well to remember this, Maya. She said, ugh. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. Wow. This is finally the end, you guys. My head hurts. This time, it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant. Yes, Your Honor. Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body in a crime scene is a serious offense in itself. I understand, Your Honor. Yes, you're still finna get put to jail. Mr. Armando explained it to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I willingly cooperated anyway. Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say? Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright. I want to apologize to you. Apologize? To me? For what? For the case 5 years ago, of course. I just remembered, weren't you poisoned by your own lover? Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 5 years later, I can hardly believe it. She was going to do it. She was planning to kill me. It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other. Huh? What do you mean? You and my sister, you only met twice. Huh? We only met twice? The first time you met was on that fateful day. The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse. The next time you met her was 8 months later. You met her again on the day that she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed. No way, it's just, it can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were... For those 8 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister. Oh. Hair stuff? I hope one day you can forgive me, Feeny. I would not actually want to be called that after your sister called me that. That's not even close to cool. You mean, that's right. I lied to you for 8 months. Oh my god, this game's something else. But why? Why would you do such a thing? Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and surveillance, she couldn't move about freely. So that's why my sister, from the beginning, she was prepared for the worst. Prepared for the worst? She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice. You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you? Dang! She had already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her, so I begged her not to do it, and she agreed to give me a chance. And that's why you came to me? You came to get the bottle pendant back from me in her place? But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 8 months passed, and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer. She didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened. That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime, and she would confer with you. I think she must have noticed. Noticed what? My feelings for you. If I had found out she was planning to kill you, I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her, even if it meant her life or mine. Iris. Da 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 da. After spending those 8 months by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed. I have something to say to you too. Yes? You really are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty, I still believed in you. Aww. Thank you. Yeah, she was a sweetheart, regardless of what she was doing. How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. Bro, we don't care about you, my god. Don't you think so, Phoenix, right? Yeah, I think you're right. The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim Elise Donor. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case. I understand, Your Honor. Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant not guilty. Hey, let's get it. Court is now adjourned. Hey, we done, finally. Jesus Christ. God, this was so, gee, this took me forever to finish, you guys. But let me hurry up and finish the end. So I guess it's all over. The way everything ended, was justice really served? The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand. Of course justice was served. But Mia, I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant. But I couldn't save Mr. Armando, the man who cared so deeply for you. You're wrong. You're wrong, Phoenix. I just almost tore this thing out. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible. You mean with that verdict? I think one day you'll understand too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You were as good out there today as any defense attorney could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me. Mia, you've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe you a great deal. Thank you. Mia, I'm sure we'll meet again, someday, Phoenix. Asking just one question, what does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Nick, Maya, I guess it's just like my sis said. Mia? What did she say? That night when I channeled Mia to get her advice on what to do, this is what she wrote back in my notebook. Don't worry, Phoenix will save everyone in the end. but come on, cut it out with that gloomy face. Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you've done for us, Nick. Maya. Oh, I'm sorry. Y'all was commenting on the side. This was an amazing journey from beginning to end. I'm happy to have been this. This is the first game. I'm glad I was able to do this for sport. Thank you, first off, for being here all the way from the beginning to the end. I'm glad that you got to enjoy this. I'm glad that everybody got to enjoy this, really. I'm finally glad that I was able to finish it. This was one of my favorite games ever, and I was so glad that they were able to put this game back on last year on the PS4, and I was super excited to actually get started and actually finish it. So the fact that I was able to finish it is really honestly a great honor. And seriously, for you guys, the viewers, to have been here and watch every single time I've shown this, of course, like seriously, I really am glad that you guys have been here to show support. And so with that, you guys, I'm gonna make sure that I finish this out, but afterwards I have something quick to say. How can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your mother murdered. Youch! Francisco, still a softie as always, Phoenix, right? Excellent work, right? Huh, Mr. Edgeworth? When did you get back? Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on now. Edgeworth and Francisca have actually been helping me. Helping you? Yes, Edgeworth was... Hey, he was lit! If these two hadn't been here on the first day of the trial, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere. Wow. So where were you, Nick? I heard you fell into a river and caught a nasty cold, which forced him to sleep all day. Yes, he laid in bed shivering from the fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head. They outing this man! They outing this man! You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Miss Edgeworth. And you too, Francisca. I don't suppose... there's room for me in this group hug, is there? Larry. What's with the longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never of any use to anyone, not even once. But that's not true, right, Nick? What? You're asking me? Well, miss, is it true? I've got a place in this world, right? Huh? Yeah, of course. I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I were being for good. No. Oh yeah, those portraits you painted, they were really good. Isn't that right, Edgar? What? Me? Why are you making that face, huh, Edgy? Oh, well, yes indeed. I certainly can't say they lack something. You really mean it? What about you, Franzi? Did I draw you well too? My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something. You're going to not... Don't get carried away. I'm dead. Well, how about that? Okay, the painted pearl is pretty darn good too, if you ask me, huh? Now that you mention, I haven't seen her around. Pearls, where could she have gone? Normally she would have made a beeline for Maya. Oh, I'll go look for her. Be right back. Hey, Pearlie. Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you are wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all that has happened. Yeah. To be honest, I can't understand it either. I think I understand how she feels. Maya is a much wiser person than she appears, and I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can. What do you mean by now is exactly the time? When everything is the worst, when everything feels the most terrible, that's when you're supposed to say, you know what, I'm not going to allow myself to feel depressed. I'm not going to allow myself to feel sad. I'm going to get up, I'm going to smile, and I'm just going to punch it through. I believe it's for that person that Maya is trying her best not to cry. Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya. Pearls. Edgeworth, I'm starting to understand too. Just tell me, Phoenix, right? Who was Maya Faye being strong for?
Take that!
Pearl Faye. Poor kid. After all, the reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Faye clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Faye's mother was killed and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable. And that's exactly why Maya's putting on her bright face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake, until she can see her smile again. Oh hey, so this is where you all were. Wow, look at you back. What was that for, sir? Sorry about that, Scruffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own. What's up, Detective Gumshoe? Oh, you know, this and that. Anyways, congrats on your win. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. My salary's just sort of kind of gone down by a teeny weeny bit, but it's alright. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight. Pretty good work, Scruffy. That whip was your reward. Detective Gumshoe? You said a first-class French restaurant. French restaurant? You don't mean Très Bien. Where else? I knew it. We're doomed. Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal. Hey, you, crybaby, you're invited too. Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the loser's shack eating potatoes. You know, Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. Why are there children screaming? Nick, what do I do? Pearlie, I can't find her anywhere. Huh? Sorry, you guys. I can't. It's almost been 4 hours. I can't do this. I know we want to see the great ending, but I can't do this. Manages to sleep like that. Mystic Maya, yes. Can I please? I want to be relinquished from this duty. Hold on, Mom. It's because it's on my fault. You don't have to do that, man. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course, I'm sad that my mother is gone, but how do I say this? I'm still happy. You don't have to lie just to make me feel better. No, really, it's true. The only reason I'm still here at all is thanks for everyone who's here. I'm sorry, y'all. Listen. After dishonoring the good name of Corinne, I don't have the right to face my daughter. Still, Maya is always in my thoughts. It's true. She'll always be with me until the day I die. Plus, I'm sure you can channel her. It's a rule some all masters are to follow, isn't there? You never take the charm off until the day you die. But that's the master's talisman, the thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important, rather, it was the contents. That's picture, a photo. Ah, mother. Warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Even when the battle is over and the bonds that connect us are severed, we always return, time and time again. Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando, and Maya's mother too. I learned that from all of them. Well, shall we get going? Everyone is waiting. Ah, this is a day to remember, a day when all the things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today. But I still can't. Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. Okay. Alright, I'm going to make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training, I promise. I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for 3 for when you come back. Alright. We're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya, I'll eat lots and lots of food tonight. What is it, Nick? Reservations for training is fine and all, but why for 3? Come on, what do you think? No, not gonna happen. It'll be great, Nick. We're going to do such a course naturally. That's a great idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything for Mystic Maya. Wouldn't you even walk on hot coals, right? We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick? You know, I was wondering if I could say just one little thing. Sure. Objection. Well, then, here goes nothing.
Objection!
Oh, bro, objection. Not gonna happen. Alright, you guys. That is the end. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, I'm gonna take just 6 minutes to thank everybody. Thank you guys so much for just continuously supporting me. I think this is a great ending to, you know, this game. And it's also gonna be another ending. I am no longer gonna be posting streams on YouTube. I think this was such a great time for me to be streaming on YouTube, and I thought it was really fun. However, I will be moving to Twitch for my streaming further on, and I will be mostly focusing on my other channel, Sunflowers and Dope-ish. And because you guys are such great supporters, I will be giving you the inside tea on my other channel. I am doing a revamp of my entire channel, and I'm excited because it's going to be something that I'm going to be able to fully focus on and everything like that. Man, it's been really great, honestly, seriously. Finishing Yakuza, finishing Judgment, and finally now finishing Ace Attorney. It's been really awesome, but I think this is definitely where I should end things for my YouTube. Man, I miss all these people here. Ron and Desiree, man, that was a great episode, man. Man, I'm really glad to have been able to get through this game. Weird. 4 hours, you guys. 4 hours of this. 4 hours of this game. This was 4 more episodes. Or 2 more episodes. Just a super thick tea. No, not okay. As usual, we've hired a new programmer to replace Glenn Elk. I do hope everyone will get along. His name is Adam Nada. As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly. So yeah, you guys, please go over to my other channel, Sunflowers and Dope-ish, and please make sure you guys subscribe. It's no videos on it now, but I will be doing a lot of editing and working on my intros and stuff like that, and I'll make sure you guys see it once it's finished, and I'll post it. And you guys, make sure you guys, once you do subscribe, hit that notification bell, because you'll be able to get notified once I do post. But again, thank you guys so much. I still will be doing Rise of the Tomb Raider, but again, you guys have to go and follow me on Twitch to get that piece of information. And don't worry, I will stream one more time. It just won't be on for gaming. I'll stream to get you guys all the information about my Twitch. So,
Objection!
Thank you guys so much. I am now going to end this. You guys have been amazing. I love you guys. It's your girl D-Rated. Rated out of here. And whoop.